I come this way before, travel door, so navigate the path, and like the ocean fast. No, it got no meaning. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it, even when I'm off beat. I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know my truth. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No, I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal.
Cause the devil is a lie. Hey. Telling you the truth. Hey. I don't want to do. Hey.
See the best in minutes. With much expecting, much when you make the living, now I'm going back to children. Never let the doubt come first before you have to misstep. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine and brilliant. Get up, pull up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give something away. Oh, never give up.
Hey, I'm just so fucking excited to get to this show, Mr. J-Dub. Brian Peters, what's up? Word up, what's up? DB in here, what's up, Rob? Real Marlo, what to do, big homie? OGE, man, Lonnie, King Trough, Mike Moss, OG, Sir, Eric Jenkins, Lonnie, yo, TV, Terrence, Federal Six, because the devil is a lie, hey. Hey, Patricia, I just sent you an email. Lorenzo, Rob, D. Hodges, what's up? Rob, Dave, D. Hodges, be the God. What's up? What's up? CB Sports TV. What's up, TV? Hey, Terrence B. Hey, I'm getting my freestyle on. Did you heard that? You heard that? Welcome, y'all. Y'all already know this is gonna be a hot show. Y'all motherfuckers been waiting on this all week. We got a celebrity in here. How you doing? We got a celebrity.
Yeah, I'll be signing autographs after the show. Just meet me over on the corner.
Shit. Oh man, let's recap your week.
Well, I was on CNN. And I was on Dr. Drew because he has a show on Fox Network. Mm-hmm. And then my all-time favorite thing to do is go on Right Wing TV. Mm-hmm. And so I went on Newsmax TV, which is a cable version of Fox and Friends, is how I view it. And I was on there talking about this whole deputy ambush situation that happened over the weekend on all three. And so that was all good stuff. Good stuff.
And what do you take from the situation? Let's start with the Right Wing TV. Let's start there.
Well. So you see, I like when they underestimate me.
Sure.
I tell folks I was born at night, just not last night, right? Uh-huh. And so old girl had me on, and I've been on there several times, never with this particular anchor, but what she did was she was crafty. She showed a couple of videos of your people, Ray and them, after the shooting, right? There's a video of a brother man who went live after the shooting, and he was, kind of having a little celebration. at the officer's expense. So they showed that, and they also showed the video of the brothers who were outside of the hospital where the officers were transported. Both, were very, in terms of the optics, for reasonable people, it was kind of off-putting. And I think they brought me on purposely to see what I was going to say as a Black woman. As a member of the LAPD family is how she started it, and she showed the videos and she was like, how does that make you feel? And so, of course, I started off saying that, I don't celebrate or condone violence by the police or against the police. And I would never celebrate anyone's anyone being hurt. However, let's be clear, there's a reason. Let's talk about the root cause, how we got here. There are 17 identified gangs within LA County Sheriff's Department, and Sheriff Alex Villanueva knows that. We've seen officers celebrate themselves when they have hurt us, killed us. And so you can't have it both ways. You can't be butthurt, when somebody is celebrating your trauma, your grief, your pain, when you guys do it. How many times have we seen images of officers, and I think it's mostly NYPD officers, who wear shirts proudly that say, I can breathe, mocking Eric Garner? We know that officers in Aurora, Colorado were fired recently because why? They did a reenactment of the choking death of Elijah McClain, the young man that they shot up with a damn horse tranquilizer and caused him to have cardiac arrest. And so if you're going to celebrate and if you're going to have barbecues like the executioners are purported to do out of the Compton Sheriff Station to celebrate ass whippings and shootings and killings and mayhem that you caused down there in Compton, if you have barbecues to celebrate that, if you guys go get tats to celebrate hurting folks, then you can't get butt hurt when folks do the dance of 1,000 nights outside of a hospital where officers are being treated for serious injury.
Facts.
So, when I said that, of course, folks who look like you and I appreciated my honesty. And then I had the trolls who said I was despicable. And it's so funny because when white people get really mad at you, they like to call me the C word. And so they came to my my website and found my email and went on Twitter, and they call me everything but a child of God. But when they do that, that makes me feel good because I know that what I said was potent, it was important, and of course it was true. And they like to do us any kind of way, and they get real bothered when we complain about it. So
I thought it was awesome. I was sitting there like, woo, 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 woo. I had my Arsenio finger going. Woo, 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 woo. Man, you know what? I was like, that is not a sheriff department. That is a gang precinct. You understand what I'm saying?
Not precinct, agency.
Agency. It's
That's
a gang.
not unique to Compton.
2 months ago, we were just on here and you explained it very eloquently and thoroughly about the executioners and whatever they going to get tattoos. And so from that perspective, I would say that the dude missed.
And let's talk about that because I heard some people, chiming in on my YouTube channel on my videos saying that they thought it was a female. They thought the shooter was a girl. It looked like a damn hobbit. It had a odd gait.
Yeah, the gait was awkward. I was like, it wasn't black.
No, it wasn't. And you know what? At first I thought Hispanic. Okay, I thought Hispanic, and then I thought maybe Hispanic teenager because I've heard that the Hispanics are the ones who will wear their shorts and the socks pulled up to the shorts because they don't want to show their legs when they wear shorts, is what I've heard. Because that's what girls do. Girls show their legs. So the male Hispanics pull their socks all the way up to their, so you don't see their skin on their legs when they wear shorts. So I thought, okay, maybe this is a young Hispanic male, but it had if you know that pigeon-toed,
that was a short bus gate. Yeah, that was a short bus gate.
That was crazy. And it's a good thing they didn't have far to run. Obviously, the getaway car was close because they were running like, like at, slow motion. Like if somebody would have been chasing them, they could have caught them, I think.
Yeah, they definitely could have caught them, but I'm very interested into how they gonna find them. The motherfucker's deep in Mexico by now. That motherfucker gone.
Well, I don't know. And that was one of the things that we talked about on one of the stations because they were saying, is this $100,000? And I think now it's probably close to 200,000. Is that going to help? And I'm like, I don't think so. Down there, they'd be like,
I think I'm willing to believe that there's a level of pride that has taken over his circle of influence, the shooter's circle of influence. And I think they wrapped their arms around him and got him where he needed to be, and good luck. If you didn't find him that night, you had about an hour to find him. Whether he was on the 10 freeway, the 5, ain't no way in hell he's in that neighborhood.
Not if it's Hispanic. They east of the border or south of the border, whichever direction you go to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I think. And then the other thing is that there's chatter that the female who got shot in the face was at the scene of the 18-year-old who got shot back in June, kind of laughing and joking. And so, shit ain't so funny right now.
No, she ain't gonna be smiling for a while.
no, she gonna be eating, mush for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's funny how, and you can speak to this because you had 20 years of experience, how they expedite the process when it's a police officer. Oh my God. LeBron James, give me $100,000. You're not a real American if you don't give me $100,000.
And what's so trippy about that is it wasn't like Villanueva went in his damn wallet. That wasn't his money. That wasn't even the department's money. That was taxpayer money, as far as I understand. And then there was a donor who gave that extra $75,000. So what makes him think, that was just him grandstanding? Why is LeBron got something to prove to you, sir? So I tweeted to him, shit, LeBron, we can revisit that when you go ahead and put up some coin for the family of Andres Guardado, as well as Dejan Kizzy, or Kizzy, however you pronounce his name. Yeah, when you put up some money for that, then we can revisit that whole LeBron match of 100,000 and everybody else that the executioners have shot up, hurt, harmed.
Yeah, I thought that was a bigger picture shot. We gonna test this Black Lives Matter. We gonna see how incorporated these Negroes are. We gonna go after their leader. We gonna go after this guy who's the biggest man in LA. Got 100 million followers on Instagram, makes the most money. We should be entitled to him, and he should be abiding by us. So I think that him taking a shot at him is a shot at all of us. And he proved who we suspect that they are, racist, elitists, gang members, tribal warriors, stealing taxpayers' dollars to create a gang as opposed to community police or deputies, and I'm just very, very happy that he didn't respond, or I'm not sure. I've been out all day. I'm uncertain if he responded, but
I haven't seen him respond either. And I think if he had, it probably would be all over the news. LeBron said, he tweeted. I think he did the right thing, or just put him on silent. Just put him on mute. You don't even deserve a response, sir. That's how stupid that shit was.
And just to set up the show for your show tomorrow night, and the people want to chime in, you want to briefly speak on the Breonna Taylor and where should they finish this conversation tomorrow?
Don't get me started now, because I'm bothered by that $12 million settlement. Not that I'm bothered that the family is getting $12 million, because understand they're not going to get $12 million. You realize that. And you remember you had the young lady on who was actually the attorney who's really representing the family, right? And then Crump, did what he does, which is come, before the camera and do that thing that he does. So I'm curious to know, and I'm just curious to know because attorneys get a third of these civil settlements. So I'm just curious to know, since it's really her case, and I forget the young lady's name, but since this is her case and he came on because of his name to kind of get her the attention that she needed, does he have something coming? I know he didn't just do it because he just thinks she cute, right? I'm sure he did it wanting some kind of monetary um, redress. So, and then there's of course the whole, they're going to have to pay taxes and all of that. So I hope they have a financial planner, and I hope that they are able to put the money that they're going to get to good use. That's not the problem that I have. The problem that I have is everything that goes along with this civil settlement. And so I'll talk a whole lot more about that on tomorrow, because the inference is, and you tell me if you believe that what Crump said was that this is sweeping reform has been made as a result of the settlement. Do you feel that as an outsider looking in? And does anybody else out there feel that?
No. How can it be?
I mean, what does it solve?
Exactly.
What does this 12 million solve other than giving the family, something? There's no amount of money I would trade for any one of my kids.
Facts.
So 12 million isn't enough. But this sweeping reform that was alluded to, that's all smoke and mirrors. And so I get very frustrated when I see that, because what I think is, does Crump know that what he said was bullshit? Or
I didn't listen to it.
Does he know what he said was bullshit?
I didn't hear his speech.
Well, he said that this is sweeping reform, and this is going to be the blueprint for the 18,000 police departments across the nation, and that things are going to change. And this will make sure, this settlement will ensure that there will never, ever be another Breonna Taylor. I call bullshit. Much like everything else that goes on. And, we hear about police reform and all of the things that these politicians are saying that they're going to do in the furtherance of justice for Black folk.
Facts.
And what I know to be true as a patrol officer, when I go to work, if I was working tomorrow, and when I leave the locker room dressed and get in my black and white, nothing they've done and nothing they propose is going to change the way that I'm going to conduct myself when I get in that black and white. Nothing.
Have you, well, in your 20-year career, have you been at a police station on your shift where a police officer has been shot and or killed?
Yeah.
And what's the internal workings from that moment until they capture the person?
All hell breaks loose. It's all hands on deck. Folks come from everywhere and anywhere. If it happened in 77th, you might have officers coming from Devonshire. It's normally we stay in our little boundaries, and you're not supposed to, go out of your area and go into another division. But when something like that happens, then it's, there are no rules at that point. And, you have officers crossing great swaths of the city to go help another officer. And so for, all that people may think about police, LAPD in particular, that's all I can really speak to. What I can say is, in those instances when an officer is hurt in the line of duty and or killed in the line of duty, they really do go all out. They really do.
And so he's incompetent, the sergeant or the chief of sergeant, the chief of deputies. I don't.
He's the sheriff.
Oh, the sheriff. I'm sorry.
He is the sheriff. Yeah, he is the sheriff.
That means he's literally incompetent. You understand what I'm saying? How does that man get away? You know what I mean? Because don't you push that red button on your walkie-talkie? Is that a red button?
Well, she voiced a help call.
Okay.
But the problem is that she was shot in the mouth, and so it was very difficult to understand what she was saying. But the person that was working dispatch picked up on the code and either they knew where they were because they had gone what we call code 6. In other words, when we go somewhere, I'll say I'm at the corner A and B. You know, show me out of service, show me sitting in my car. I'm out of service at this location. And we do that. We're taught to do that so that if something does go down and you can't communicate and you just hit the help button, folks know your last location if it's not your correct and current location. But she had the presence of mind, having been shot in the mouth, to voice it.
And where was her partner?
Her partner had been shot in the head.
Oh, snap.
Both of them got shot in the head, but she got shot in the face. She got shot in the mouth, shattered her jaw, and he was shot in the head. And so she was able to step out of the car, get him out of the car, and then they said she put some kind of tourniquet. There's a video. You can see her trying to stop the bleeding on his head because he was in a bad way, allegedly.
So have you ever been in the precinct where they didn't capture the person and they got away?
Yeah. Yeah,
really?
that's happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
because, you know, there's some lag time. First of all, you know, they got to figure out where the hell you are. They got to, if they don't know where you are, they got to figure out where are you, and then they got to get units to you. And you saw that little hobbit run off and supposedly jump into a SUV Benz, is what I think they said. And you know, so I'm sure that there were surveillance video that they're probably looking at, and they may already know, because you know, that's another thing, you know, that happens sometimes is, you know, police don't always tell the public what they know. And I know that there are instances, at least on the LAPD and the sheriffs, they do way more dirty shit than we did. I mean, we used to kind of look at them in awe because I was like, y'all could do that. I mean, they were shooting at cars when we couldn't, you know? So, you know, they may very well know who this person is, kind of like a Christopher Dorner thing. And they just bide their time to go get them and execute them. If they find this person, I promise you, they will not go to court if they find him.
Nah, he gone, man. He in Baja somewhere. You know what I mean? We go to the phone line because I know they've been itching. So the phone lines is officially open, and we'll go from there, man. And you know, I seeing that he got away, I was like, man, he must be guided by I mean, if we believe in an eye for an eye, you know, if we're religious beings, you know, some higher power helped them get away. You know,
for now.
And it's funny how we didn't see other angles. I'm shocked in a city like Compton, like there's no like ring.
Well, they're not showing you that. That don't mean it don't exist.
Gotcha.
That don't mean it don't exist.
Gotcha.
They're not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize their investigation. As much as the public wants to know and people want to see, you know, they're going to show so much, but they want that person, and they will find that person. They will find them. And when they do, they will kill them.
And are you obligated to give up your video footage?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can do to say no or anything like that?
They'll subpoena it if you didn't want to return, if you didn't want to turn it over.
How
they
long,
just subpoena it.
How long is a subpoena? What does that take?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they could go to a judge. They could wake a judge up in the middle of the night and say, I need this. You know, this is an officer-involved shooting. Officers are seriously grievous injuries, and we need this information, and the person is not giving it to us. If they don't just seize it because it's evidence of a crime. I don't even know that they need to get a subpoena. I think they could just say, this is evidence of a crime, and I'm taking it. So there's that. And I don't know if you know this, but you know, for anybody who has Ring has a relationship with the police departments, and I would imagine it's probably all of them. So know this: when Ring is recording, they can get your recordings. Police can get it.
Yeah, because we on like this nationwide thing, you know what I mean, where we can see videos from other neighborhoods and stuff like that. Because I have Ring, you know, but yeah, man, I'm
surprised you have Ring, Fred. That's funny because you know, we give up so much privacy
Yeah.
Give up so much for expediency
Uh,
and security and to know that, others can access anything that you're recording on your Ring. Police can
mm,
get it. They don't have to ask you.
mm,
They got a relationship with that company.
yeah. I do it because I used to travel so much,
Hmm.
and just fear, you know,
Right,
like that I can see it. Like whoever knocks up my door,
right,
right now, wherever I'm at, I can literally look at it, what I mean, and and knowing what's because I got
right,
it
right.
360 around my home, so but I just I so want that man. I'm not speaking for you, but I want him to get away so bad. Like
This kind of reminds me of the whole Christopher Dorner thing because when they were hunting for him,
mhm.
I know a lot of folks, who look like me who are in law enforcement on LAPD and outside of LAPD. Everybody was at the house with pom poms.
Oh my God, I thought he was a hero. I thought he was a hero. I and after it came down, you become human again, and you want to look side eye at the victims, but you just go on and live your life, like keep it real. And but the way they did him and how he tried to be a great man, and what I mean, it's he's can you blame him?
Well, that was what made me want to write my
Yeah.
book in the first place because I knew that every single thing that he complained about that had been done to him, I knew that it was true. I knew it because I had gone through it. And the only thing that I wished when they were hunting for him was I wished I knew someone who knew him. So I could have got word to him, you know, before he, I mean, he'd already killed the captain's daughter and her
Hmm.
fiance, so it was probably already a done deal. But I mean, then he killed three other people, two other people who really had nothing to do with nothing. But I wished I could have, just said, "Dude, hold up, it'll be okay. It'll be okay." But you don't know how much a person can take, how much you can, kick a person,
Mm.
how much you can grind them down, and just. I know how LAPD looks down their nose at you and dares you to rear up.
Now, when you say speak to him, you're talking about prior to him going on his shooting spree.
Hmm.
Mm.
Obviously, because I mean, I would not have wanted him to do anything that was going to get him executed.
Sure, sure.
I wouldn't have. I would have liked to have told him, dude, I know it's fucked up, but there's life after LAPD. You will be fine. Trust and believe when I tell you. You don't have to do this.
Mm.
But if you don't know that there's a way, if you haven't seen it and you don't know that it exists, I don't know if he knew who I was. I was long gone by the time he did what he did. So, you know, I'm nobody. I'm just another cog in the wheel.
Mm.
So he wouldn't have any way of knowing me or knowing my story, knowing what I went through, knowing that I went through what he went through, but I made it. And here's how. He wouldn't have any way of knowing that. And
Have you?
now he's gone.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever spoke someone off the ledge in terms of wanting to quit, wanting to just retaliate, or any of?
I don't know. No one's ever expressed it to me. So I don't know if someone heard me, if someone read my book, if
Mm.
someone, if I said something that may have resonated with someone and I just don't know. I might say something now, today or yesterday
Yeah.
that, might resonate with someone and they might say, well, you know what, damn, if she could, me too.
Mm. Mm. Now, when you look back at the police shooting from this weekend, from a tactical standpoint, should they have seen him, or should the car have been parked the other way, or?
Well, I hate to second guess
Uh-huh.
what someone else does, but these are young officers. They
Hmm.
only had, I think, 14 months, 18 months on the job.
Wow.
So that means, at least for us, 6 months is the academy. I don't know how long you go to the academy for the sheriffs, but for LAPD, it's 6 months. So
Mhm.
we have a 6-month academy, and then we have 12 additional months in the field with the training officer. So that's 18 months for us. sounds like their academy and training process is a lot shorter. But the point is they were young on the job, and they don't know nothing. And I don't even know why 2.5 year cops are even together. Because OG, me, I wouldn't have been sitting there like that. I don't even sit, I'm careful how I park my car now. You think I was driving a damn black and white. You see some of the stuff I do in my own personal vehicle because it's just in me. It's just in me.
Yeah, it's even when I park against the wall so I can have 360 view. Just from growing up in the hood, I'm like, why are you? I didn't understand that. Like, why are you parked? You look like a pre-alleyway, like a dead end, or I don't know what. I'm like, I would have parked in a position where I can see, where I
Absolutely.
where I can get a greater perspective of that totality of it, man. And
I think the other thing that people forget is that, and this is not police, this is everybody. We're all creatures of habit. We mostly all do the same thing the same way all the time. Unless you really make a concerted effort to do something different. There's some folks who take a different way home every time they go. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work. And you got to remember, right? Which way did I go last night? Because I got to go a different way tonight. But we're creatures of habit. And, cops are no different than anybody else. When it's slow and it's quiet and it sounds like if they were working the transit, that means the rail, right? Metrolink or Gray Line, whatever the hell it is over there. That's kind of a kickback, easy job. Again, don't know why 2 youngsters would have that. That would be something that, somebody who's been around for a minute is like, no, give me that. Because I don't want to have to answer radio calls. I don't want to be chasing calls, going to see the man and see the woman all night, right? So, they got a lot of free time on their hands and they sitting over there probably like millennials do, probably in their phone, looking at their phones and doing whatever they were doing on social media. Maybe they were having lunch. Maybe they were eating in the car, just not paying attention. Complacency will get you killed, whether you're a police officer or whether you're just a regular person and you in an area and you need to keep your head on a damn swivel.
There's real there's real hate out there for police officers, huh?
Yeah, because there's what's changed, right? What's changed? And like I said, we see images of them celebrating murders and beatings, and we see them getting on TV with their presidents of the FOP talking a gang of shit about, well, he shouldn't have ran, they should have complied, or even just trying to dirty up the victim. I just had to delete, because I go through I get little alerts on my YouTube channel, like you probably do, but I delete shit that I don't want on my YouTube channel. And somebody came on talking about George Floyd, and they called him Fentanyl Floyd. Now, I'm not saying that was a cop, but I'm just saying it's that kind of sentiment when it comes to us. He deserved it. He was high on fentanyl. I don't know if the man was high on fentanyl, and even if he was high on fentanyl, that's why we got courts. Take him to court and let the judge deal with it. You don't get to decide that you're going to sit on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds because you think he's high on fentanyl. Or the man in Rochester, New York. Now what you hear is he was high on PCP. Okay, well, maybe he was, but you still don't get to suffocate him. Breonna Taylor, now they're trying to, they were trying to act like, she was involved in some kind of drug cartel and, she was complicit. They tried everything they could to dirty up this young woman. And that's why they settled this case so quickly, because they knew that thing was all bad and they just wanted that shit to go away.
Facts.
They wanted it to go away.
I've never, feel free to call. The phone lines open. Why y'all taking so long to call in? The phone lines are usually burning hot. Hey, so have you seen that before in a big case where the civil comes before criminal?
I don't know. It could have happened. I think it probably has happened before, and I just can't spit it out and tell you. But when it's something outrageous and they know without a doubt this is something we just got to cut our losses, then they do. They figure out, okay, let's take a deep breath and let's bite this bullet and let's go ahead and give this family this money. We just barely found out about Breonna Taylor a couple of months ago, and they've already given 10 million, 12 million.
Yep. 12 million. What's up, 305? 12 million in 6 months. Yep.
Good to hear from you, Fred. Man, appreciate you having the show. Appreciate you
All the
guys being
time.
on. I have a quick couple questions for you guys.
Yeah.
The training at most police forces, I know it's not uniform. Do you think that it's adequate for them to even comprehend the law in comparison to a lawyer that would have to just the understanding of the law, the amount of time that they're actually learning the law, besides the other stuff, through most
Yes.
academies?
Yes.
So okay. And another question that I have, as far as most police forces themselves, most of them, pretty much all of it, correct me if I'm wrong, it all pretty much stops with the mayor itself of who's in charge of the police force as far as the police chief. Is that correct?
Well, it just depends because there's 18,000 police departments, so know that. And some of these police departments might have 3 people, but it is a department, right? So you understand that kind of means that how stuff is done is very different. Most police chiefs serve at the pleasure of an elected mayor. However, there are some police chiefs who serve at the pleasure of a city manager. City managers are generally appointed by elected city council members. For instance, Renee Hall in Dallas, Texas, is a police chief who serves at the pleasure of a city manager. Shawnee Williams, Brother Man in Vallejo, California, is a police chief who serves at the pleasure of a city manager. So it varies. Sheriffs are all elected officials.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good information. I just like to say this again. I like to thank you for coming on the show, Fred. Again, you're doing something good by having such a wide grasp of just people coming on that are very knowledgeable about what they're actually talking about. As far as this particular subject, I think it to us. I mean, you're gonna get different people calling about different things. To me, I served in the military. I'm a black man. I served in the military. I know other people that served in the military, and they work out here in this world. And for the most part, you'll get people that are ex-cops, non-cops. It doesn't even matter. There's a lack of pride that we have when we do these things, because a lot of times, either be police, be military, we're doing these things just as what we feel like we need to do just to survive. And when you get in some of these places, like the cops have this thing where they have this blue line where they'll stick together. Even when you going into the unions with Eric Gardner, when he got choked out, and the head of the union is standing up there telling people that that's not a chokehold. This is what a chokehold is. I'll show you what a chokehold is. So I think it's a level of black people that are in there. What would you say to black people that are actually serving in these positions as police? What's a good word that I like to say? Like the level of just not helplessness when it comes to certain situations with just the overall temperature of that job.
Well, what I would say is that it's not an easy job to have, and I think you have to have a certain kind of personality to be a police officer, no matter the ethnicity. But I'll just talk about Black folks. I think you need to, I say when I came on, because I didn't have a clue as to what the hell I was getting involved in. I just needed a good paying job, but I quickly learned, and I often say that I thought it would have been helpful if there would have been some place within that department where they would sit down and have a real honest conversation with recruits who are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, sitting up in that classroom day in and day out, thinking we're getting the real and we're not. And so what I say, whether you're a police officer or any other job you have, first of all, remember that you're Black, right? Because if you don't, they will remind you. And my hope is that if you do decide to get on this job, know that you can do this job and you don't have to give up who you are. Now, will that preclude you from some opportunities? Maybe, but it is a good paying job if you just come in as a police officer and decide that you don't want to be a chief and you're happy being a police officer. You're happy being in patrol. Others might go on and become detectives. But if you find yourself on an agency where you almost have to make a deal with the devil to become a detective or to go to some of these other elite units, then you say, you know what, that's not for me. I can't, that's a bridge too far. And so I'm gonna just stay right here in this little corner and do what I can, do whatever good I can. And to be honest with you, my position, having spent all 20 years in patrol, I think patrol officers have the most influence because patrol officers deal with community day in and day out. Detectives only come out when there's a crime, you know, when there's a rape or a murder, and they want to try to identify suspects later on. But first responders, those are the patrol officers, and they have tremendous influence, and you see it with the community. Those are the ones that are doing the traffic stops. Those are the ones that are coming to your house on a radio call because, you know, somebody's not getting along or because there's someone who's having an episode and they want the police to intervene. So as a patrol officer, you have tremendous input. And as a patrol supervisor, and that was good for me, I was happy to be a sergeant. I had tremendous input, not only on what went on in my unit, but what went on specifically with my officers in terms of how they had to deal with the community, at least when I was there on the nights when I worked.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your thorough answer. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. Now, Fred, I got a bone to pick with you, man. You still ain't got no subscription on YouTube, man. What's going over there, Fred?
It's coming.
Come on now.
It's coming. Appreciate you.
Well, come on now, Fred. We're waiting on you now. You got all this great content. We need to support the channel, and it'll help. And I'm pretty sure in many ways because you have a lot of people on here, like this sergeant on here is very in depth with what she's talking about.
Facts.
I have my own personal opinions as being a 40-year-old man. But I'm not going to keep too much more of your time. I appreciate your time. I'm going to fall back. Listen to the rest of the film. Thank you.
Yeah. He called you a guest. Are you a guest?
He not knowing. This must be his first time in the shop in a while.
It's not his first time, but he called you.
We'll school him later.
Oh, man. Oh, they coming now. Let's need some music. Let's Black Jesus and Black Moses, man. What's up, 816, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fred? It's JD from KC, bro. Long time no hear. How you doing?
I'm feeling great.
Man, fantastic. How you doing, Miss Cheryl Dorsey?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for asking.
Man, it's a pleasure to speak to you, and I'm glad to actually get a chance to ask you a question. I just got one question for you, and the question is, with police reform, especially in this climate that we're in right now, for years, ever since Trayvon Martin and Alton Sterling and all these other people, especially Black people that have been shot down, we keep hearing about police reform, training, policy, enforcement, and things like that. What is the capacity that ever happens in, you know, from where you're from, if that ever happens? And is it a viable thing for us to believe in that will help bring a resolution or some kind of change to the circumstance that we're involved in?
So what needs to happen in my mind is real simple. It's just hold the officers who misbehave accountable. Just hold the officers who engage in police misconduct accountable. If Derek Chauvin had been dealt with early in his career, when he had 1, 2 personnel complaints, Mr. Floyd would be alive. They allowed him to get to 18 personnel complaints. So there were plenty of red flags. They knew he was a hothead. We know who the knuckleheads are. I call them elephant hunters. I call them Billy Badass. The ones who like to go out there and kick ass and take names and show you. They know who those officers are. And these police administrators allow them to live to offend again. And so if you wanted to really stop this, all this talk about training, we're well trained. And I understand that every department is not the same as LAPD, but police officers are well trained. Police officers know what they can do and what they can't do. And when they do something that they shouldn't do, and they look around and nobody has an issue with it, nobody disciplines them for it, then they do a little bit more and a little bit more. And then before you know it, police officers don't start off killing people. They start off pulling you over for busted tail light and talking crazy to you. They start off pulling over a lit car that you're the passenger in and find out the driver doesn't have an ID. And then they look in the back and see your black ass. And then they say, I need to talk to you, sir. Beat you up and nothing happens. And so now it's like, well, goddamn, what else can I do and get away with? And that's what happens. You start holding officers accountable, this will stop.
As a citizen, is there anything, or just a regular citizen, is there anything that we can do to help promote change or help enforce change within our local police departments? Because we hear them talk about it all of the time. Is there anything that we can do, or is that just a process that we have to wait for?
No, there's a lot that you can do, but I mean, it's going to take time, but you need to get started right now, right? And so part of what you can do is have a conversation when an opportunity presents itself with the police chief in your area and find out what are they doing to hold officers accountable. Ask them, what are you doing, sir? And if you find that they're not doing what you need them to do, every police chief serves at the pleasure of a mayor. Then you need to be contacting the mayor and say, Mayor, I know you like this guy, but you do understand that I'm a constituent and I elected you. I voted for you, Mayor. And so I'm not going to be able to give you my vote next time around. Right? That's the process. That's how it starts. And if you aren't engaged and involved, and if you aren't present and have your voice heard, then nobody knows you even have a problem with this. I think what we do as Black people is that we complain amongst ourselves. We go home and fuss and cuss, and then, we just figure it is what it is, and nothing ever happens. White people don't do that. I'm here to tell you, I worked all over the city of Los Angeles, and I can promise you that the kind of stuff that goes on in 77th Division would never be tolerated over in West Los Angeles. It just would not, because white folks don't allow it. The first time I went to the West Side, I was working Venice Pacific Station is what it's called, Venice Beach, right next door to Culver City. And I couldn't believe it because I was working the desk one night. I was pregnant and on maternity, whatever. I'm on the desk and they were calling because the air unit was overhead. And they were calling saying, I'm watching TV and there's an air unit over a helicopter over my house. Could you tell them to go away because I can't hear? That's what white people do. We would never think to call a police station and tell them, I can't hear my TV because there's a police helicopter overhead. What's going on? And how long is it going to be? See, in the hood, when the helicopter comes, they just come and stay all night. And we just know that that's what happens. A closed mouth don't get fed.
Well, I just appreciate you answering my questions, man. Fred, thank you for taking my call, bro. And that last thing I'm gonna say before I go is Spence is #1 pound for pound. I'm just gonna put that out there. Shout out to Barbershop Conversations, man, and shout out to you, Ms. Dorsey. Keep doing your thing, man. Love what y'all are doing for the community. I'm gone.
Yeah, appreciate you, Sergeant Dorsey. Love what you're doing for the community. You were excellent, man. You were so dope this week. I sent your video to about 10 or 15 people.
Which one did you like the best?
I like when the white lady was trying to hammer you. It was 4 people on the thing. Is that the one you're talking about?
It was just me and her.
The one I liked was the one with 4 people. I think it's on my Instagram right here.
Is that with Charles Ramsey, the older white guy? The older brother man who was a commissioner, because he kills me.
This one right here. Let's see what's.
Oh, Black and Silver.
Yeah, it was 4 people. You and the doctor.
Oh, Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Texas? Oh, you hung up, huh? Yeah, I love that one. You came out hard than a motherfucker. You was like, it was like. Hey.
Well, I am who I am, and they know what they're getting when they call me, and that's why they call me, I think,
That was a classic, though, because she was trying to be. Oh, she tried. She tried you. She tried you. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, we good, man. What you got?
Man, I was calling to sort of chime in on that situation about the police. And the best thing that we as Black people can do is educate ourselves on the laws and have to understand something. The police job is not to protect us as individuals. That's not their job. There's case law on that. They're not here to protect us individuals. They're here to protect businesses. Now, take for example in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, you have your transportation laws, right? Now, in the state of Texas, under Transportation Code, Chapter 7, 502.003, and it forbids any city, county, or town from requiring you to register your car if you're not doing business with your private vehicle. And see, what's happening is these towns, these cities, these states, what they're doing, you can't call it fraud because you really can't prove fraud. But there's a legal term called deceptive practice. And they're not telling you, and what they're doing, they're forcing you into commerce without you knowing that you don't have to be there. So now the first point of contact, you just had a young guy that had a big video of him killing an officer and wounding one in Oklahoma. And it was over a traffic stop. Remember, these words are commercial terms. And they're not telling you this, but it's not their responsibility because they live off of you. They feed off of you. And that's part of the problem. We just don't have the knowledge, or nobody's telling us what's going on.
Is that true, Sergeant Dorsey? Your police businesses over people, or, and I shouldn't say over, but is it?
Well, I mean, if that's his experience in Texas, it's difficult for me to speak on, what may or may not be going on in Texas because I don't know. But that's not how we get down here.
Well, it's actually case law. I mean, so case law spreads over each state. That there is case law showing that police are not here to protect you as an individual.
But it has to go to the Supreme Court for that to happen, right?
Right. That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
They're not here to protect you as an individual. You got to understand something. These are private corporations. You can go look them up on the Duns and Bradstreet list. These are private corporations. A municipality, all the word municipality means is corporation. And you got to understand something. You have three branches in your government. You got the executive, the legislative, and the judicial, right? Well, who writes your law? The legislative, right? Now you go right back to any state, your constitution, any state constitution. They only have the right to do what? Regulate commerce. They have no right in your private life. But if they can trick you and get you to come in under commerce, now guess what? You're subject to them. See, we're being subjugated to people in ignorance because we just don't know. And they're not going to tell you.
Well, you got to send that. You got to send that legislative over. You got to send it over to me. You got to.
I can. Yeah, give me your. If you give me your email, I'll send it to you.
I'm not really sure what you mean by police don't have a right to get into your private life. I don't know what you mean by that, sir.
You have absolutely a police officer. The government itself has no right to enter into your private life unless you contract with them.
What does that mean?
On that.
What do you mean your private life? Give me an example.
Okay, I'm a man, right?
You are?
Okay, unless I go out there and register my car, license my car, you have no right to even talk to me. But the mere fact that I go and register my car, go get tags with your state license plate, meaning that when I go do that, I'm saying that I'm involved in commerce. That's what they're saying. So I came out of my private capacity and I went into a commercial capacity. Now you have the right. But as long as I'm outside of your jurisdiction, which means the place where you can speak, you don't have that right anymore.
Well, let me ask you this on that premise. If you don't register your car, so let's say that you don't register your car, so now you've not entered into a commercial compact, I guess is what you're saying. So you don't, well, let's say you don't even own a car. How about that? You don't even own a car. You walking down the street. So you saying I don't have a right to stop you?
You don't. You don't have no right to stop me.
Okay.
Unless by your own laws, unless I've committed a crime in front of you, you don't have the right to stop me.
I disagree, but okay, sir. If that's your position, I'm not going to debate it with you. If that's your position, and if you've tried it and it works for you, then um, I just caution the others. Don't try that one at home, because I promise you, if you're walking down the street and I want to have a conversation with you, I can. And I promise you, if I want to and you don't want to allow me, then I will get on my radio and I will call a couple of big bruisers over and we will have that conversation. And then after that, sir, I will book you in the hospital ward down at County USCMC.
Well, see,
That's what will ultimately happen.
This is the problem. And I understand it's funny right now, but what's going to end up happening, because you have that attitude, that arrogance.
It's not an attitude. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
It's going to be hope, ma'am. I let you speak. Can I please speak? I gave you your respect. What's going to happen? You're going to see more of these people get killed because people are tired. You can only kick a dog for so long before he bites you back. And see, here's the problem. You don't know the law. All you know is the job that they tell you to do. You don't know the law because you're not required to know the law.
So let me ask you.
Have we met? Have we met?
I've never met you.
Okay, because I was just wondering how you know what I know. But okay, I just wanted to know if we had met.
If you said that you know the law and then you turn around and you said that you could force yourself on my private rights, that shows me that you don't know the law. See,
I just wanted to know if we'd ever met. That's all. Thank you, though.
Is this
okay?
Is this a parallel to being a sovereign citizen?
No. Okay, sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron because you can't be free and a slave at the same time. That's an oxymoron. But see, that's the word that they use to bait you. It's an oxymoron. You can't be a free man and a slave at the same time. And see, that's another word. See, man, here's the deal, Fred. I'm gonna send you some stuff because right now I know you just like I was when I first heard about this. Proof is in the pudding. I'm gonna send you some stuff and show you. See, these people know what's going on, but they're counting on you to be ignorant while they go out here and murder. They keep murdering us, keep murdering us.
Yeah.
And she's defending it.
No, but if
well,
we
I'll
walk
go get
away,
some bruisers.
Well,
what if I get to you before you get to your bruisers? See, now what if I got that attitude, that ignorant attitude? See, you threaten me.
I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you what would happen. That's all. I'm telling you what would happen, and I'm telling you what does happen. So you could say what you want, but we've seen what happens when people don't do what an officer says, right, wrong, or indifferent. When somebody doesn't do what an officer says, bad things happen. And so while you can agree or not agree, that's okay. But at the end of the day, I can rattle off a list of folks who probably maybe thought like you or not, or just didn't know. Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, Ezell Ford, Tamir Rice, John Crawford, Sam DuBose, Walter Scott. I can rattle off a litany of names of folks who thought they didn't have to do what an officer said, and it ended very badly. And so my only point to you is that I would hope that you and maybe some others don't do that thing that you just suggested, because it will end badly. Now, if you think you know more about it than I do, then do that thing that works so well for you, sir.
Well, my thing is, I hope many people learn the law. I hope people just don't take other people's suggestions and say, well, no, I don't have to. Well, then if that's the case, don't cry when they shoot you down and kill you in the street. Stop looking for your oppressor to give you some type of peace. He's not there for that. He's to keep you in a certain mindset. He's there to keep you in fear. Learn. See, once you have knowledge, you don't have to live in fear anymore. So I hope anybody under my voice, get in these books, man. Find out these laws for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Stop listening to these people that get paid off of your oppression. Yeah, they get to take a picnic while you get to lay 6 feet deep in the ground. And all we do is mourn every six weeks because it's another nigga dying.
Have you tried this? Have you tried this technique?
See what the officers say. And
have you tried, sir, have you tried this technique?
I do it. I've been doing it for 3 years, man. I don't tell you about nothing I don't do, and I'm still
Okay.
breathing.
So you've been stopped by the police over the last 3 years, and when they've tried to engage you, you don't comply, I guess would be the thing.
You can ask my wife.
No, I'm asking you. What am I asking your wife for? I don't know her. I'm asking you.
Well, yes, ma'am. I done been stopped. The first time I got stopped, it was like 20-some cops pull up. One cop told the guy, he's right. It's right here. He's right. He's not lying. It's right here.
What state do you live in?
What you know.
What state do you live in?
Think, but I'm telling you what I know, what I've experienced in myself.
What state do you live in?
I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if it works for you, then that's great. But I just caution folks, because someone may try what you say works for you with a Derek Chauvin or a Michael Schlager or Sam DuBose. I mean, Ray Tenzing or yeah. And it may not turn out that way. That's all.
But that's the deal. Stop being scared. See, nothing would never change as long as you're in fear. And so they're counting on you to stay ignorant and to stay fearful. Stop being ignorant and stop being fearful. Your life matters just as much as theirs.
So we just keep on walking when they ask us, hey, stop, what are you doing?
Did you commit a crime?
No.
I'm asking you, if you didn't commit a crime, why are you stopping? Because remember,
it's not going to work in every situation.
In front of them,
it's not going to work in every situation. But if it's worked for you, that's good. Because see, here's the thing, and I'm not going to go much further with you on this. Here's the thing: I could be stopping you for a very legitimate reason, and you know nothing about it. You don't know why I'm stopping you, and it could be very legitimate. It could be legal. It could be because I've been given some information that I'm required to act on. And so when you don't comply with what it is I'm asking you to do, then that's when it becomes a problem. And that's when you see officers want to punish folks because they don't do what the officer said. I'm fairly reasonable, I think, and I don't have a problem personally explaining to somebody why I'm stopping you if you don't know. I don't have a problem, but there's a whole lot of other folks who do have a problem and who won't explain, and who the next thing you know are going to be putting hands on you, and then you're going to find yourself in jail and or maybe dead. And so that's
to my brothers and sisters that are listening. Stop being afraid. Stop being ignorant. That's all I will say. Stop being afraid. Stop being ignorant. Understand that you matter. Your life matters. Don't let people just tell you something just to be telling you something. Remember, these people live off of you. Right here in the city of Fort Worth, where I live, they make millions of dollars just off traffic tickets, off something that you don't even need to participate in. And that's why they keep you poor, because a ticket ain't nothing but a tax on you. That's all it is. These people live off of you, from the judges, from the lawyers, from the police. And they're all one big group. It ain't nothing but organized crime. That's all it is. It's organized crime. That's it. And all you got to do is study, and it's right there.
Appreciate you.
Okay, brother.
All right, all the time. Can cops just stop you without cause? Because
see, here's the thing. I mean, you say it's without cause, but you don't know what I know, or you don't know what I've been told.
No, I'm just asking randomly. Say I'm a police officer and I just say, you know what? I just want to fuck with this dude. Is that illegal?
No, you can't.
Okay, you can't.
But does it happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
405, what's up?
I'm good. How are y'all doing, first of all?
We doing, how you doing, Sergeant Dorsey?
I'm doing well.
I just say Pastor Dorsey. Damn. We good.
All right. So listen, that last caller, right? I would never ever give my son that advice. I don't know
Why not?
He was on. He said that you just walk away, right? There is only going only going to get your ass beat up, or shot. Period. Like, I don't know what he thinking, nigga. If they ask you, hey man, hold up, nigga, just stop. Answer the question, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never ever give any of my kids that advice. But anyways, so did y'all hear about that shooting that happened up in I believe it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Today?
No, like this happened last year, but they had put out the camera footage of it. Like there was a guy, his name was David Ware or something like that. Like he had killed 2 police officers, I believe, or something like that.
No.
I'm not familiar with it unless you talk a little bit more. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, like, well, it was a white guy, right? He was in the car, like, so the police officers, like, so they kept on telling the man or whatever, right? Get out the car, man, get out the car. Like they literally asked this dude at least about like 30 times, right? Dude was in the car, he was or whatever, right? Reaching for whatever he wanted to, moving all around in the car. They just sitting there, whatever, right? Get out the car, get out the car. So the whole time, so like the whole time, I am just sitting there and I'm like, damn, dude, like they are patient as hell with this dude. Like, and this guy is just like reaching all over the car, wherever he wants. He actually or whatever, right, picks up the cell phone, like off of the thing on floor and all kind of shit. Like they didn't even do nothing. Like it was just nuts, man. I was just so surprised by it. But if y'all do get a chance, look up that video, man. Like that shit is crazy. But it had ended up getting one of those officers killed or something like that.
Oh, is that the one with the white officer? I mean, the white guy got back in the car, grabbed his gun, and shot him at point blank range. Yeah. Reggie Owens posted that, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a crazy video, but that was all I had wanted though, man. Just to see if y'all was hip to that video or not.
Well, we know that officers use great restraint when they're dealing with their own. And that's the only reason that I say what I say is because you just don't know who's on the other side of that badge, and you don't know if it's a fool. You don't know if somebody that will shoot you.
Mercy.
And once they shoot you, even when you don't die, but when you die for sure, then there's only one version, and it's the one that they tell. It's the one that they tell. And so I just think it makes sense to me. But I mean, if it don't make sense to some of y'all, it makes sense to me to be able to go home. It makes sense to me to survive the encounter, and if I feel real strongly about, they didn't have a reason to stop me. And if you know the law and you know what officers can and can't do, then get a good attorney and go ahead and hit that police department lottery. But be here.
Yeah, but man, that last nigga that was on the phone, I don't know what he on. But anyways though, man, I'll let y'all go, or I'll go.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace.
Word up, dude. 88 said, please, Fred, randomly hit that Millie Rock. Man, I can't dance when a man tells me when to dance, nigga. Come on, man. What kind of shit is that? Hey, nigga, dance. Hey, my name ain't Gator, nigga. This ain't Jungle Fever, nigga. I ain't asking mama for $6. You remember Jungle Fever? Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know all the details.
Oh, okay. That was Holly Berry. She was a homeless woman. What's up? 210? What's up?
What's up, Fred? How's it going, man?
How you feeling, man?
Feeling a lot better, man. Feeling good. How about you?
Oh, yeah, we good. We got a beautiful woman in the show too, man.
I see, man. I like the eye makeup. I appreciate it.
Yeah, she be getting dolled up. She redo her hair and everything for us. Yeah, I mean.
I hear you, man. Hey, on that caller, man, because I got a little bit of info on this. So I seen the people that are on the show. There's actually tons of video on YouTube, very similar to that. So if you look like Second Amendment auditors, I don't know if you've looked into it, but they kind of do the same thing, But they walk around with a camera, and see what it takes to walk away with a cop. But she's right, man. Like some of these interactions don't go. You got to be willing to risk it. And as in, you might get arrested, you might get thrown on the floor, you might get battered. Like you're dealing with cops. Like this ain't gonna be no like, hey, I know my rights. You're not gonna violate me. Hey, maybe you might get that cop to be like, hey, I don't want to lose my job, or I don't want this to go that way. But nothing's a guarantee, man. So, I mean, if you're willing to take that route, you gotta be really willing to take that route, because it's not. It's like she said, there's too many examples of people dying because of stuff like that. So, I mean, like the last caller said, I wouldn't give my kids that advice. But as a grown man, if you're willing to take that risk, that's on you, you know?
Yeah. And, a lot of people are, saying that, folks comply and they still die. That's true. I certainly don't have a response that's going to fix this wholesale. I cannot predict who is going to stop you. I don't know every police officer on all 18,000 police departments, but what I do know is the mindset, and I know police culture, and I know how they circle the wagons and they cover and they coddle officers who commit murder. And so I just personally don't think that there's any harm in living, but that's just me.
I agree. And just a personal story. A few years back, about 4 years back, I actually got pulled over by a cop, and this was about 9 p.m. ish, let's say. I live in an area that's not, it's there's not a lot of houses around, so he pulled me off to a street that wasn't busy or transit, like too much transit through there or whatever. And I was headed back to work because the alarm had gone off. I work at a car wash, and the alarm had gone back, so I go back and check because the door could have been left open, whatever. So I was headed back. So the cop pulls me over, and when I tell him that, hey, I'm headed this way, blah blah, he's like, oh, okay. But no real reason to pull me over. I was like, whatever, right? But so I decided, I was like, man, fuck this. Why is he pulling me over? My bad with the language. But I was like, man, why is he pulling me over? So I started getting agitated, man. So I was like, man, what's going on? Why are you pulling me over? So then right after that, almost as like sting question, or I don't know what it was, he's like, you got any drugs or weapons in the car? That's his first question. I'm like, man, and that just pissed me off. The wrong reaction, right? Because I was like, man, what makes you think that I have guns, or like, what have I given you to make you think that? Like, it just agitated me. Like, it was just like, what are you going off of, perception, or what is it? But just to say, I had like 5 officers pull up after that, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. You got to be ready for that reaction from him. And that cop was just, he wasn't gonna go away without going into my personal stuff and everything. So needless to say, they brought out a K9 unit, searched all through my shit, and man, it just makes you feel like shit, because it's like, dude, like, this is all, like, at that point, it was his vengeance for me speaking up and saying my piece of it. Like, man, but so that's why at that point, she's right. You got to be willing to, you might get that cop that's going to be vengeful and try to catch you up that way, or try to do something, I could have very easily got something planted on me by the way that cop was acting. He wanted me. You know what I'm saying?
And I think sometimes, we certainly see officers who seem to do things that are provoking, right? I'm sure that many of the folks that are on here have been stopped by police and have them ask you, where you going? And most people would think, well, I'm grown. I'm going, where I go. And why do I have to tell you where I'm going? Because I've done nothing wrong. But just something as simple as that can trigger a fool. And then the next thing you know, Sandra Bland is such a prime example of that, because the officer stopped her for some BS. He wrote her a ticket and he was done with her. He was done with her. And then he says, you seem like you're upset. And she said, you damn right. And her saying that led to everything that happened subsequently, because she said, you damn right. And then he said, put the cigarette out, because he knew he was going to put hands on her. And he did not want her to have a lit cigarette when he put hands on her. He had already, in my mind, and I don't know this guy, but I believe that he had decided in that moment he was going to deal with her.
Exactly. I agree.
You know, I think if she were here and she knew what was going to happen 5 days later, when he said, "You seem like you're bothered," she probably would have just said nothing and been able to drive home. Like you know, he's asking you questions and going all through your car to provoke you. And thankfully, you had the presence of mind to not buy into that, not play into that. And even when you do all of that, you could still wind up being in harm's way. So there's no guarantee. But why chance it? That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That, like I said, if you're willing to risk all that, you guys go with that method. Because for me, after I got, I learned my lesson. I'm like, man, I got a family to tend to, and I mean, who's gonna feed everybody else in my family if it's not me? So yeah, man, that's just my 2 cents. I wanted to say something else though, that Fred actually touched on, and then I read up. As you know, my phone number is out of San Antonio, so there was actually a man killed here in San Antonio. I think Fred touched on it at the end of one show, but he was going through a mental episode, and he was shot after, I believe it was 4 visits from the police, and nothing was done, man. And it's just it's so unjust that this person who actually served this country was killed that way. It just shows that the answer to all our problems isn't always police, and we need to put our funding in some other places. So, I mean, I went downtown and protested and did all that, but stuff needs to change, man. So I just want to shed some light if not everybody in this chat knows about it, and hopefully we could get a little bit more support down here in San Antonio. On
what's the person's name? Do you know?
He was a black military personnel. I know that.
Yeah,
in San Antonio.
Yeah,
and it happened on our east side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know what that proved to me is they control our algorithm. Well, we know this anyway, but they control our algorithms, because if that story had got nationwide attention and it didn't on Instagram, like I saw it come today and be gone tomorrow, like if that, I mean, a military personnel, right? The guy they say protects the country and stands for the flag and protects the flag. They didn't want that story to get out. I mean, that shit would upset a lot of people. Just like how I think Instagram and Facebook suffocated that Rochester thing. Like now you don't see it. I bet people are still posting it though, for sure. But we don't see it on our timeline.
They probably are, man, and unfortunately, it's just sad, man, because it just happened. And part of it is that it's happening so often now that there's so many stories, man. It's like it's getting overwhelming, and it's just tough, man. It sucks that as much as cops get training, they're just not meant to deal with mental episodes. And he was going through something very clearly, like even if he did have a gun, even if he did make a move for it, there was steps before that should have been corrected, and he should have got the proper help for that. So unfortunate situation, and hopefully stuff starts changing for the better. If not, I mean, we need to start taking action to change stuff for the better.
Big facts.
So I just want to shed some light on that. And then last thing, man, I know I'm ranting on, but this is a little bit off topic, not so much on that. I don't know if you saw did by any chance anybody send this to you, Fred? Mikey Garcia comment about Earl Spence?
No, what'd he say?
Well,
he said he finally exposed what he saw in him.
He never saw anything, dude. Except for freaking jabbing his face all night. Nah, man. He said, so he was getting interviewed by Ellie or something like that, and this man said, yeah, he has I guess Earl bought a ranch. He's like, he has horses. He's shooting gun out there. He's like, maybe you should go teach him. And he smiles and he goes, maybe I'll teach him how to drive. And
he didn't say that shit.
Huh?
Send me the video right now. I'm about to go kill. I'm about to ether this motherfucker right now. Please send me that video. Please, someone send me that video and screen record that shit, so I ain't gotta watch the whole fucking interview.
And you know what's crazy about it? Coming back to it, it's like like the Robert Garcia one that we talked
Yeah.
about.
I know.
No, but this is crazy, Fred. Guess who was sitting right next to him this time again?
Robert Garcia.
No, Pita.
Oh, okay. Well, we gonna have some fun with that one.
And Pita tells him, he tells him the same thing, dude. He's like, you're stupid, Mikey. He's like, don't say that, but he kind of giggles.
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop, big cop, good cop, bad cop, like him and his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he tells him the same thing, and this guy doubles down. And then after that,
someone send that shit to me right now.
After that, he on top of it says like, he's like, Ellie tries to, you know how Ellie he try to play all the politics, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, it was a mistake. He's like, you think it was a mistake that he drove drunk? Blah blah. Yeah, it was a mistake, man. Everybody makes mistakes, man. You're gonna act like there's not millions of people that get DUIs every day. It was a mistake. He made a mistake. That's the way I feel. I just wanted to come on your platform, Fred, and say,
yeah, send it to me, please. Somebody send it to me ASAP.
Fuck Mikey Garcia, bro.
Please send that shit to me. Please send that shit to me. Please send that shit to me.
I'll try to post that the thing on the chat. Let me go look it up because I don't have all that other stuff. But I'll post it on there.
All right, appreciate you. All right, appreciate you.
All right, Fred, bro.
All right,
love you, bro.
All right, love you too, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I'm about to snap. Because here's what happened. This man, Earl Spence, made him rich. Gave him, I don't know, $7 to $10 million, agreed to fight him. And anyways, we're going to talk about that later. Caesar T. Why? You know what? I've been having the darnest problem reading these super chats. You know why? Because I read 2 words at one time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I be sucking, zooming through the motherfucker because I see it already and I have it in my brain and it's not. Anyways, why? Oh, because you say is, nigga. That's why. Why is we, nigga? That's why I can't read it. I'm joking, Caesar. Why is we can't afford to have negligent and bad? See, he used is we and then negligent. So I mean, he's an intelligent man, right? This is a barbershop, Sarge. You can laugh at my corny ass jokes. Anyways, why is we can afford to have negligent and bad cops, but can't afford to have the same criteria for pilots and doctors, etc.?
I'm not really sure, what he's asking.
Yeah, it's more of a statement.
I mean, I think it's a rhetorical question.
Yeah. It took me 4 years to become a school teacher, and it takes a 6 months and then 12 months on the job under what is it? Was probation, right?
And it's not like we can afford. I mean, who can afford to? We can't afford. People are losing their lives, right? So we can't afford it. It's just that we come in here, right, and we complain and we fuss. But when you have an opportunity to go vote, when you have an opportunity to appear in court and be on a jury and have something to say about that officer if he's ever sent to court. If you have an opportunity to be at a town hall meeting and ask the police chief, what the hell are you doing? What were you thinking? Why aren't you holding these officers responsible? If you don't ask those questions, if you don't demand an answer, a response, and if it doesn't sit well with you, then you have choices. You have options. Nobody has to take this, but sitting around and complaining and not acting on it, closed mouth don't get fed.
Facts. And I read this already, so I mean, ain't no real man gonna read this. But
hey, Dre, he said there she is, my Mrs. Dorsey. Oh, by the way, what's up, Fred and DB? Salute, family. My Miss Cheryl Dorsey is so beautiful. You are. Dre, you seem to know what you're talking about, sir.
Hey, tell us something. Why do you wear the bun on our show and you wear the Frederick Douglass on the other shows?
Oh, that's so funny. I just did it because I knew I was going on right wing TV.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you they lose their shit behind my hair, they lose their shit behind my hair.
Your hair character.
And so I took it down because they compare me to the Predator. They put pictures of a mop next to me and they say who wore it better. Oh, they lose their mind over my hair. And so I just wanted to do my Frederick Douglass thing to them.
Yeah, you enjoy that, right? Yeah. If I could, I would,
Yeah.
And we just gonna live vicariously, because now, dude, I get DMs about you now. Like, you know how I get boxing news and shit? I get DMs about you when you on TV and shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you popping in the barbershop. One more real rap. We got past the pause, and then we coming to you. All right.
Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor.
What's up, past the pause? What you got? Oh, you coming home? You coming home? You coming home, man? What you got? You on your way home?
Yeah, I'm on my way home. How you doing, Sergeant Dorsey?
Doing well. Thanks for asking.
I just want you to know that while I'm asking that, I'm imaginarily standing in parade rest when I'm driving.
That's appreciated.
You're in parade rest while you're driving. How can you do that?
Maybe he pulled over.
Theoretically, in my mind, I'm in parade rest. I'm giving her that respect.
Parade rest is your hands behind your back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hands behind your back, legs, feet shoulder width apart.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
In other words, he's relaxed.
Oh, okay.
What I need is you at attention. That's what I need.
Oh, man. Oh, damn.
Okay.
Oh,
anyway.
Hey, and the barbershop has a fish. The second door in the barbershop has officially open. What's up?
I wanted to pick your brain, sir.
Okay.
When I was coming up in my neighborhood, there was the crack epidemic and whatnot. So all the white cops looked at every young black male as a drug dealer, whether you were or whether you're not. And there were some good cops, on the department that would say, "Hey, no, leave that one alone. That one is not a drug dealer. Stick to the ones that are on the list, or what have you." And the kids now, especially in where I grew up at, I don't think that they have experienced that type of protection or whatever. So, and I want you to tell me what you think about this. What I was planning on doing or thinking about doing was, I'm friends with the sheriff and I'm friends with the chief, and I got a couple friends that are 20-year veterans or more on the force. What I was thinking about trying to do is try to get the sheriff and the chief together, and there's an organization there in the town called BAM, Building African American Minds, and see if we could get together a group of minority children or teenagers or what have you, together with the leadership of the county and the town, and let the kids voice let the youth voice their opinions to the brass, and let the brass talk back to them and start that open forum, because things haven't exploded here. And I think that, I could use myself in order to try to make sure that it doesn't, because the only ones going to hurt are these kids and these teenagers who are going to mess around and get records and this, that, and the other. Because right now we're in this big fight over a Confederate statue, the last Confederate statue in the state of Maryland, and it's sitting, talk about your hairstyle. It's sitting less than 75 feet from a Frederick Douglass statue.
Well, I don't say no to anything, because I think all of it is a piece of the puzzle, right? And I think I believe in community policing, community-based policing. I think if police get to understand and know the community gets to know and understand the police. And I think relatability is so important for police officers to have when they deal with someone. If they can look at someone on a radio call and think, that could be my grandmother or that could be my aunt, and let me treat them like that, it's better. And so I think developing those relationships and rapport are important. I think it's important to keep our young people out of jeopardy in terms of what they might want to do career-wise later on, because there are certain jobs that run background checks and they look for reasons to disqualify us, whether you want to be a cop or not, but they look for reasons to disqualify you. And I think it's important to make sure that you don't get caught up and that you don't do things that could be a disqualifier somewhere later on in your young life, right? So all of these things are helpful. And so I say, if that's on your heart and you think it's important to do, then do.
Okay, I just want to ask somebody that was that was experiencing, that would tell me whether or not I'm wasting my time.
I don't think it's a waste of time if it's something that you're passionate about, right? If it's something you're passionate about, because I think in whatever we do, you do it because you're passionate, and you do it because you hope it'll resonate with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, great. You don't really have any expectation, but this is your thing, which is kind of what I do. I see people commenting in here that are not really feeling some of what I say. Okay, I don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that there's some things that I say that is resonating, because I see that too with people. Like, I'm not going to really argue and try to hold court curbside with the police because I want to go home. Whatever works for you, do your thing. I'm not trying to talk anybody out of anything. I have no expectation. And so I can never be let down. And so I don't want you to feel like you can be let down as you pursue this thing that you're thinking about doing. I say do it.
Okay, I appreciate it. Now I'm getting off the phone. I'm going back to rest now.
You
Okay.
been in rest, nigga. We're talking about.
No, I needed him at attention. Remember?
Oh, okay. Hey.
Later, man.
Hey, peace.
Have a good night.
Hey, when
Bye-bye.
you said, I appreciate you. Pass the pause. Hey, when you said I need him at attention, half the niggas in the chat did like this.
I know, right? Either that or something else. Yeah, something else.
Hey, I already know what TB did. TB was like, attention. Nah, attention. Hey, DB got closer to his phone, like, attention. Okay, Pat. Okay, Sarge, I got you. I'm listening.
I need to know where DB was today, because he was sugar free and he was supposed to get up and get a hold of the champion heart, and they were gonna go to the gym, and then we were gonna go have lunch, and it didn't happen.
Oh, what happened with DB? What happened? What happened?
So that ain't right.
Is E in the building? E, where you at? E, in the meantime, between time, man, we got this nigga that swear he knows every law and historical fact in the history of civil existence. He's coming in right now.
Okay.
Oh,
hey,
Lord. Why you I gotta start it off right. Salute to the barbershop conversations.
Oh, Jesus.
Salute to Fred.
White Jesus.
How you doing, Sergeant Dorsey?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. I'm out here in Denver, enjoying myself. Salute to the chat. Salute to all my guys in the chat. I appreciate it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Just so you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, Burger King?
No, man, I'm at a truck, so I was about to get some diesel right quick. I'm on my way back to New Orleans, so
for sure.
We made it good. We made it good. I talked to my people back at home. The hurricane completely missed us, so we're good.
Hey, how much gas does a truck take? How much money? Like say you're on E. How much does it cost to fill it up? And
mine, like right now, it's cheap. Right now, I just filled up. I filled up when I was in what was the last state I was in? Wyoming, Montana.
Nothing about trucking.
I filled up in Montana. It costs like $270 to fill up.
$270.
But I was at a quarter, dead E, probably like $350. Like in all around the country is different prices. Like all around the country.
Okay, so it's like 100 gallons.
Well, I have 200-gallon tanks, so I got 100 on each side. So this side,
gotcha.
This side's got 100.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Damn, you literally driving a missile.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's a look. When a truck and trailer, like, look, it's what I got right now. When a truck and trailer is fully loaded, I could be at max. I could be at max 80,000. I don't like to be that heavy. I normally load no more than like 42. I'll do 45 if I'm on the West Coast trying to get home. But I'll do, I like to stay in like the 25,000 pound range. And because like you have a gross vehicle weight of 80,000 that you can do. So yeah, that's a fucking torpedo. If you're coming down, say again.
What are you transporting?
It's like some like oil field. It's like they call it it's like dope, like oil field dope. And like what it is, they put it in the hole to be able to clean it out, to be able to clean the hole out. So like once they put the pipe, like the pipe can retrieve just like pure oil, like without trash and shit.
Okay, gotcha. All right, good. All right. Good. Here you go, Sarge. There
Nah,
you
look,
go. Here you
look,
go.
see,
He wasn't the first. The Native Americans wasn't the first ones here.
they weren't.
It was the alien. First it was the aliens. Then it
No, I
was
never said no
the
alien shit.
then it was Native Americans.
I never said that. Not see,
Yeah,
not
what's
now
up,
you
what's
putting
up?
words in my mouth. But
I'm
nah,
not.
man.
I just listen to you every night. That's all. I'm just.
But look, I want to reclaim my time, goddamn it. I'm like Shannon Sharp. I'm reclaiming my time, goddamn. But nah, black people are indigenous to the world. You know what I'm saying? So if we're indigenous to Africa, Europe, then we're going to be indigenous to America, the Americans as well. But so anyway, salute the last call, like the caller from San Antonio. Salute to him because basically what y'all were talking about, I had to write it down. I took a note. IG has something, and I'm sure Reggie is well familiar of this. It's called fact checking, and basically what it is, it's
We can't hear you.
okay. You can't hear
All
me?
right, there you go. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you can hear me now. All right,
Yeah.
so basically, what y'all were talking about? Hold on, I'm gonna turn my truck off. I'm reclaiming my time for it. All right. So basically, what y'all are talking about is something called fact checking, and basically, what that is you have a group of people that are on IG, and their sole duty is to stop certain truth from getting out there. So you'll have a post, right? And like how like if you have like a graphic post, uh Reggie knows all about this shit. Like and that's why I was asking him earlier because I was wondering how do you get around that shit because when I try to post like certain shit, like I can't get through, but he gets through. So he was saying possibly like title it different. So I'm gonna try that, Reggie. But basically, you know how if you have like a graphic post on Instagram, well, it'll be like X'd out, and then you'll have to actually hit see post in order to be able to see what what the post is, and that's their job. Like whenever you hit that, sometimes another warning will come up and it'll say false information, and when it could be completely true. So you have people out there that's pushing that. So what you were saying earlier about how like they try to control the algorithm and shit like that. That was a fact, bro. Like that was definitely a fact.
Okay.
Basically, so like with everything that's going on, the caller that called after, was he talking like because I was in the chat, I was seeing that Reggie had posted what it sounded like he was talking about, where they had the like the Caucasian male, he was in the car, they had the two Caucasian cops, they had tased him, they pepper sprayed him, and he was like I don't know the crux of what happened in the beginning of why he got pulled over, but he was fighting them, and of course if it was us, like at that point they would have shot within the car, obviously. And they gave him chance after chance after chance, but the way they were doing it, and that's why I wanted to ask Sergeant Dorsey. To me, I don't know police protocol, but is it protocol to I mean, like, are there protocols like in place to like where like you have escalations, like before you can do this, you have to do this, before you can do that, you have to do that.
Yeah, so we have an escalation and de-escalation of force policy, right? In other words, we're taught that we can only use that force necessary to overcome the resistance. So if I see you and I say, hey, come here, I want to talk to you, and you keep walking, I can't hit you in the head and knock you down. But what I can do is grab you, because that's the amount of force that I'm able to legally, within policy do to prevent you from walking away, right? I can grab you. And then when I grab you and you jerk away from me, now I can escalate my use of force to overcome the jerk, right? And depending on what you do, I can continue to escalate. But then if when I grab you, you stop, well, now I'm required to de-escalate because you've stopped and you're staying still, which is what I asked you to do. So once you do that, I can't go to the next level and punch you or choke you or mace you or hit
I
you
was
with
just
my
about to
baton.
mention.
So I now that's what I'm supposed to do. Is that what happens? Most times not, right? We know that when officers, we see so many examples of officers who escalate use of force and then they lie and they say that you did something. And then once they put hands on you, I got to take you to jail. I can't just put hands on you like the guy that we just saw, Roderick Walker in Clayton County, Georgia, who was the passenger in the Uber. He did absolutely nothing wrong. He had no duty to show his driver's license. He's not driving. He's a passenger. Why are you even talking to him? The officer was dead ass wrong. That's why he got fired. But in the meantime, this poor man has been beaten. I don't know what kind of injuries he has. His face looks like he's, bruised up, eye is busted. He's in jail. That means if he had a job, he can't go to it. All of this stuff is all bad. All of this stuff is going to affect him long term. They are dead wrong, but he's paying the price right now, real time, until he can get an attorney, afford one, right? Because attorneys, a lot of them don't take your case because they think you're cute. They want a retainer fee, and who has that, right? So until he can get an attorney and get bail money and all of the goes with getting bail, he's sitting in jail. The clock is running. Just like the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor. When they came in the house and shot it up, they took him to jail. He had done nothing wrong. They took him to jail. They charged him with a crime. He had done nothing wrong, and he sat in jail for 6 or 7 days. And so we know that officers will do a thing that is contrary to their training. And then when it happens, sometimes you have a police chief who will compound that by lying, like the police chief did in the case of Daniel Prude. We see now that there were emails that were shared between command staff saying, don't release the video on the guy that had the spit hood put on and that was ultimately suffocated. They first tried to say, oh, it was just a drug overdose. He was high on PCP. So it's not like they won't lie to cover up their wrongdoing. And in the meantime, you're suffering. Now you've got injuries, or worse, you're dead. And your family don't really know what happened. And they're trying to figure that out. They're trying to deal with the loss of you and everything else that goes along because the officers didn't follow the procedure. And they know better. It's not a training issue. They know.
So, yeah, let me in perfect with that. So since it's not part of training, there was a video, and like I'm getting real sick and tired of watching these videos because it's ridiculous. It's past ridiculous. But there was a video that I was watching. And long story short, that's why I wanted to ask what was the escalation and de-escalation process, because like once you have someone subdued, how are these officers able to choke people out to death, or
They're
choke
not. They're not, but they do. The officers, we talked about this a little earlier. Someone said the officers who choked Eric Garner, we saw them choke Eric Garner. You don't get to do that because he won't turn around. You don't get to do that. They did something that was prohibited by their own department. We saw them. The man died. And what did the police commissioner say? That wasn't a chokehold. That was a upper body seatbelt restraint. And so that's why I think politicians are so disingenuous when they say, oh, we're going to bar chokeholds. That's part of the reform. We're going to bar chokeholds. Chokeholds are already barred. And then they do it anyway. And then they tell us that wasn't a chokehold.
Or their life was in danger.
And that's
accountability. Accountability. That's what people need to drive home. Hold officers accountable. Make them pay. Make them pay. Not the department, not taxpayers, the officer. Make them pay. And by pay, I mean they should lose their job. They should suffer some sort of financial duress, not taxpayer money, if there's a civil settlement. Wouldn't it be nice if when they slap this $12 million settlement on the taxpayers in Louisville, that officer who fired through that door had to pay 1%, just 1%. Those others would think twice.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that. I've thought of more. a lot more harsher punishments. I
Well,
know
you
a
know,
lot of
I
people.
can't say that, right?
I know you can't. I know you on record can't. But I want to salute 78. You know what I'm saying? I want to salute Trill. I was listening to 78 this morning.
Mhm.
Every word I agree with 78. Basically, he was saying,
What did he say? I missed it.
well, he was saying basically they were talking about like they were doing like a couple different correlations, and they were using like prison, and then they were using like the population, and they were saying at any point in time, if everybody just got to a point where they said fuck this shit, we got enough of this shit, we're not letting these cops do us like this anymore, like, and it turned into like some guerrilla warfare type of shit, they wouldn't be able to handle it, and they made the same correlation with prison. They were like, at any given time, those prisoners,
Mm.
if they really wanted to, they could take that jail over in a matter of hours. And I completely 100% agree with that, because that's what I tell people, man. Like, when is, like, and I'm talking to the chat now, when is enough gonna be enough? To the chat, anybody that's watching this live and on the playback, when is enough gonna be enough? You know what I'm saying? How many more of our people are gonna have to die unjustly and not be able to get justice? You know, like, we already lost our energy with all the protests, and that's why I saluted Fred. Fred was boots on the ground. Can never take that from him. That man was out there, and not just out there. He was pushing a movement. But once again, we let it slide. We let it die. And when is enough going to be enough? So my thing, I know we're on YouTube. I'm not inciting justice, but I'm gonna say allegedly. You know what I'm saying, to cover everybody in the chat, on the panel, and in the chat, and on the on the channel, man. Me personally, I feel like how 78 felt. You know what I'm saying, and these are my words. I personally feel like if it came down to it, what happened last week in Compton, I don't have a problem with that, because I'm one of those ones that called last week that said I don't believe we have good cops. You know what I'm saying? If nobody's coming out to put a stop to this, or to at least even speak on it, I can't call them good. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just as complicit as the ones that are doing this dirty shit to our people. I gave a stat a few months back. I was reading the Washington Post, and I stopped at 2015, and they've been averaging well over 1,000 murders, and that's what's on record. You know what I'm saying? So from 2020, last time I checked, we were like in June or July, we were already at like 1,300 deaths already. So they pick one person, maybe two to three. You know what I'm saying? But what about, and rest in peace to all those, you know what I'm saying, that are lost. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to those families. But what about all those other thousands of people that we don't know? Those names that we have no idea of who they are. You know what I'm saying? I want to see justice. I really want to see this shit stop. But I would want justice for our people, and I want us, man, you know what I'm saying, myself included, to come together on this shit. Because look, I know, Sergeant Dorsey, that you said, like, you're resolution based, right? Like, you're a resolution, you're resolution oriented. So my thing is, like, I want us, to really come together with a plan, because like I've heard you say, like, I've heard you give a blueprint of how these cops are able to get off on this shit. Well, why
Mm.
don't we come up with a blueprint on, like what you were just saying, on having these cats, pay 1%, or me personally, I'm not a monetary guy. I want eye for an eye justice. I want death. You kill one of ours, we kill one of yours. That's what I want, and I want it publicly done. You know what I'm saying? And I want it done in the worst way. I know
But
you
you know
can't
what? The
co-sign
only
that.
thing about I can't
I know you can't.
condone that, but I just feel like we as a people are not willing to make those tough sacrifices. I think about, what goes on in the Middle East, and what kind of mindset you must have to strap a vest on. What kind of mindset do you have to put on a vest and know that when you walk out this door,
It's over.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It takes a tough constitution to be dedicated like that. And while, we as a people, we talk a lot of shit, and we talk a big game, but when it comes time to really rolling up your sleeves, and I'm not even saying, do that, but I'm just saying just the simple shit. Just vote. Just go and demand. Just say, if you don't give me this, then I'm not gonna keep you in office. You know, if you don't give me this, if you don't put me on your department, then I'm gonna make sure you don't have a department. That's easy shit. But to put on a vest, that's
Why
a
haven't we
whole
done
nother
that to this
level.
point? Like, in your opinion, why haven't we done that to this point with the voting? Like, why hasn't voting worked to where, you know, it puts a stop to this shit? In your
Because
opinion,
I don't think we do it. You know, I don't think we do it. I mean, there's a situation here in Los Angeles. We have a district attorney who has done nothing in terms of prosecuting police officers who kill, who maim, and you know, she might very well get reelected. And it's not like black folks down in South Central don't notice she is okay with that. The police union here put millions of dollars into her campaign, so it's not like they're ambivalent as to whose side she's on. And if Jackie Lacey gets reelected in November, then black folks don't have nothing to complain about. And that's just the district attorney. That's the one that's responsible for prosecution. Now, you know, you have a mayor, you know, who is okay with the police chief kind of looking the other way. You have an elected sheriff Villanueva, who just got in not too long ago. And he got in, I don't know what he said to y'all down there, Fred, to get elected, but I know it was very contentious. And so how did Villanueva get elected to sheriff when y'all know that there's gangs on his department? How does that happen? It doesn't happen in a vacuum. So now everybody's mad and got their panties in a bunch because they're just now finding out. Probably, I don't know how many people in this chat even knew that there were actual gangs dating back to 1970 on the LA County Sheriff's Department. Gangs of deputies.
Damn.
Who are getting tatted up to celebrate the killing of black and brown folks. How many people here knew that?
I did not.
And how many people knew that and still voted for Sheriff Alex Villanueva? How many people will vote for him again? Is anybody calling for his resignation? Because he doesn't have an appetite to go after those 17 gangs that exist on his department. He could put an end to this stuff yesterday if he wanted to. All he'd have to do is line up all 10,000 of those deputies and tell everybody, drop your pants, because they supposedly had these tattoos on their legs. Drop your pants, raise your shirt. That's what we do on the streets when we stop a gangster and I want to know what set you from. I tell you to raise up your shirt. If he want to know what set they're from, have them drop their damn pants. But he doesn't want to know, because I bet you if somebody pulled up his fucking pants leg, he's probably got a tat. The fish rots from the head.
I hear you on that. It was something I wanted to say. I didn't want to cut you off. That's why I wanted to let you finish. That's why. Well, look, I'll speak on this, and I'll go ahead and close out. With that being said, with like the voting, with us coming together on that, with us coming together on voting, I mean, are you of the, like, is your stance on putting people that you're familiar with, that you've worked with, that you know can do the job properly? Is that where you stand on it as far as voting these people in?
Well, I think you got to do your homework. You got to know who's running, right? I mean, because we're stuck with what we have right now. You got Jackie Lacey, you got Dave Gascon, which is a former LAPD command staff officer, and LAPD doesn't like him. They don't want him, and they don't want him because he'll probably hold officers accountable. They don't want him. And then there's another. I think there may be one other female Latina who may be still in the running. I'm not sure. But you need to do your research, not only on that, but then up and down the ballot. There's all kinds of folks that are running for judicial appointments who want to be judges. And you need to know what's their record. I mean, that takes work. That takes dedication. That takes you sitting down and looking and researching and doing your due diligence. I can't tell you how many people follow me on social media and I put up a link to a story and then they'll ask me, what was that about? And I'm like, duh, did you read it? Did you read it?
People don't read. Well, look, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you the same thing that I tell Reggie and I tell anybody else. For me, I voted in 2008. I voted in 2012. I haven't voted since. And I'm from Louisiana. And for me, I feel, this is my opinion, I feel that voting within a system that's already corrupt, that's a cesspool, I don't see how that's gonna get any better. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like I just don't understand that process of it. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
them
I don't
out. Get them
say it
out.
again.
Get them out. Whoever you think is part of that cesspool, replace them. Get them
What
out.
I'm saying is the whole. What I'm personally saying, the entire system is corrupt. That's what I'm saying. So it's like if I have like, there's a trash can outside right there. If I have it like filled up with non potable water, and then I put some fresh alkaline water in it, I'm not gonna take my chance to try to drink that shit to get the alkaline. It's all corrupt. That's how
What's the
I feel about
option?
this shit.
What's the option though? What do we
Well,
do? Because if
for
we
me,
don't do anything, we still have this.
no, and I'm glad that you asked me that. That's why I say for me, I gave you a resolution like the other week, and like y'all had shot it down. So I was like, well, all right, if that wouldn't work, you know what I'm saying? The only other thing it could get to, and this is just me being honest, is to where people get frustrated and we start shooting cops back. That's the only thing I could think of to where, you know what I'm saying? Because other than that, it's chaos already. We're living in a state of chaos. We're living in we're living in a police state. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where, there is no ask my oppressor to treat me nicely. There is no ask my oppressor to please not kill my people anymore. The only thing that people in that position respect is violence, because that's what they are. They only respect violence. So we need to bring violence back to them. That's why I don't have a problem with brothers like salute to Michael Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Gavin Long. People that were frustrated just like me, that were military trained just like me. You know what I'm saying? The only mistake that I feel like that Michael Johnson made is he didn't have reinforcement. He didn't have, because he had an escape route, but he didn't have people to have his back. That's the only thing I feel like my brother messed up on, or he made a mistake on. Other than that, that's the only thing that we can get to, because that's the only thing that these people respect. And not just that, these motherfuckers are cowards. They're fucking cowards. Because when that white boy, when he shot, well, basically when he came out of and I don't know how he did it, because I watched that video 20 times. I don't know if it was in his waistband, or if he had dipped back into the seat and then came out. I can't tell because it's a bad angle. But basically, like I said, they gave him every fucking chance in the book. Whereas with us, we're gonna be happy with having a fucking camera filming our loved one getting fucked up are getting killed in front of us like that. And I'm talking to the chat. You need to stop that shit. Anybody that's listening to this shit, if you're in the area where that shit's happening at and you see that shit, bro, at the least, if you don't have a pistol on you, it's something that can be done. Take a fucking bat, do something, knock the motherfucker down, do something, bro. I'm sick of seeing these fucking videos of our people getting slaughtered and people are just screaming and yelling and not doing shit when you outnumber the motherfucking cop. You outnumber the motherfuckers, man. It'll be one or two with 15 people screaming like bitches. So at the end of the day, Sergeant Dorsey, that's my answer to you. The only thing I could see is getting to a point where people get frustrated enough to where they get to that Michael Johnson level and we start sniping and killing these motherfuckers back until they
I don't know
understand
how
that we're
many
not
people
taking this shit.
I don't know how many people have that kind of heart. And then if you know a lot like that, because Micah's gone. So
When it
now what?
happens to you, not to cut you off, when it happens to your family, it's a whole different story. It looks a lot different when you're seeing it on TV. When it's 2,000 miles from you, it hits a whole lot more. It hits a whole lot differently. When that shit affects you directly. And like I said, I'm from Louisiana. I'm 45 minutes from where Alton Sterling was killed. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, I know these are great conversations. It's not gonna change overnight. I'm not the end all be all, but for me, at the very least, man, I speak on defense. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, that's why I tell brothers, man, get your guns, get them legally. You know what I'm saying? And get your concealed carry. So that way, if they do, you can justifiably kill these motherfuckers back. that's my solution because I'm tapped out. I came up here like look, I'll say this and I'll leave. I came up here last week, if you didn't remember, and I was saying because we were debating whether good cop or bad cops. So I was like, well, if there is good cops, the only thing I could think of is to have some type of forum where if they were to come out and actually, what's called snitching, on their cohorts, we would have some type of monetary, some type of monetary system for them to be able to supplement the income. It got shut down, no problem. We don't have to do that. I'm just ready to start shooting back. So that's why I urge people, close quarter combat, go to the range, get your concealed permit, and protect yourself. You have the right to protect yourself. You have the godly right and the manly right. And on that note, I'm out. Salute to the chat. Salute to Barbershop Conversations. Real rap. Fred, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Dorsey, you have a good evening.
Be safe.
Drive safe. Mike Weary the Great. Trump caused a necessary uprising. I believe that. Great. I mean, not just him. He excited the people who
I think he just got our attention, right?
Yeah,
and he got our attention, but again, I don't know that we really acted on it. There was somebody in his cabinet just the other day who was telling them, and it wasn't even a dog whistle. It was straight up, go get your guns. It's about to go down. Get your guns, get your ammo, and white folks are doing that. I don't know. I saw those long lines at Turner's Huntsman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Turner's good? What what I'm talking about? The gun store.
Yeah, going up too.
I didn't see many of us in line. Did you?
No, I rarely see them.
I don't ever see us in line doing that. So when the shit go down, and something is gonna go down, believe me, between now and January, it's going down, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of us who not gonna be prepared because they were too busy getting the iPhone 12.
Yep. Gregory X, it will be enough. Damn, come on, Fred. Put it together. Past 24 hours. I ain't been reading these motherfuckers. Where let me get this real quick. Let me get this super chat real quick. Oh shit.
You ready to read it?
Yeah, go ahead and read it. It
will be enough when we as a people recognize and accept the fact that the police are simply the enforcement arm of white society engaged in state-sanctioned genocide and respond accordingly. That's when it'll end.
Damn, well, I can't lose all those super chats. That was a long ass call. Let me get these super chats out the way. Okay. That was a long ass call, guys. So hopefully I get them all. Black folks don't participate in America, literally. Claim they don't care and can't trust, but we still here though. We still here.
Complaining.
Don't we complain? Tell black people shoot cops. Wow. Why don't they tell them stop killing each other? You too emotional about this issue and not making sense. Tell black people shoot the cops.
He's talking to who was that was just on? In other words, he's saying, you're telling people to shoot cops. Wow, why not just tell them to quit shooting each other? How do we overcome the lobbyists after we vote? That's a major part of our problem. Yeah, it is a problem, and that's why there's not one thing that's going to fix this. There's so many fronts that we have to pay attention to, but we got to get going. We got to stop talking about it.
Yeah, you definitely got to stop talking about it for sure. We got a call coming in. I just want to get through all the super chats because I lost them up top, and we got DB coming up on deck. But E was in the green room. He was in the green room.
Did he drop off? I saw him kept telling you, beam me in.
Yeah, but Real Rap was talking for so long, you know what I mean? And I saw him in the green room, and I know he kept on coming in and coming out, but I couldn't bring him in. But yeah, because bullets are sky high right now. Sky high.
And they always say, if you want to change the gun laws, black folks need to start buying guns. Did we? I've been hearing that for the longest. Are y'all buying guns? I'm just asking.
Man, y'all better.
So don't be complaining, you know, when you probably try to get to the store and they don't have none.
I think I need to, since we got a lot of black men here, I need to start encouraging that. You know what I mean? That
maybe you need to put a little thing where y'all can go to the range together, and that'll get some of them coming out.
Yeah, keep talking.
Don't golf. Get guns. Because if we keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, well, you know what that means, right? Insanity. Yeah. Do the same thing, expect a different outcome.
Right.
Complain, bellyache, and then do nothing. Right. You know, and I don't beat up on the brothers. You know, I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't need to know, but I do, you know, see some folks kind of saying, you know, where are the brothers at? We need y'all to step up to the plate. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, insanity. And it's my first PSA. Y'all niggas need to go do the right thing and protect yourselves and protect your family under all circumstances. I'm telling you, it's no way in hell you're getting 3 feet in my door. You not unless you're running. You're not getting 3 feet in my door, and you're gonna meet your maker. And I'm just encouraging y'all because bullets are what are they at now? 60 cent a 650, 60 cent a fucking bullet now. That's and it's going up and up and up. I was driving through Culver City the other day just trying to find some deals, you know what I mean? Because I see that the prices are going sky high, and the lines be an hour and a half long because only 2 people can go in at a time, and then they lock the gate. So it's literally like even if you buying just 100, it's a 10-minute process because they gotta let you in, then you got to get verified, and you don't know how long that's gonna take. It could take 1 second, it could take 1 minute, you know what I mean? And so I'm just encouraging everybody. Oh, champ, I'm waiting on you to come in, E. I'm waiting on you to come in. But yeah, I think we need to start advocating, especially on Wednesdays when you're here, because you're the expert on this. And I do expert training. So because my neighbor is a 20-something year veteran. So I do like I'm not really proficient, but you know what I mean? Like I don't see y'all beamings.
And that's the other thing. If you know, for anybody who may have an interest in getting a gun, you need to make sure that you go to the range and you become proficient and you understand how to handle it. And it should be second nature. It should be something that you could do sitting in your bedroom in the dark. You could break it down, put it together, because what you don't want to do is have one and then have somebody take it from you. That's not a good look.
Niggas shouldn't get that close.
Right. Well,
if niggas that close, you in trouble, nigga. I'm just gonna say that right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. But you know what we should do one time?
What should we do?
You come up with a price point. And we advertise it on your channel. We advertise it on my channel, and we go to the range and we figure it out. We figure out the cost for them and the cost for you to actually do it.
To run through a relay.
Yeah. Yeah. Something. You know what I mean? Breaking down guns and all that. Because I mean.
Well, you know, and I don't know if you've been to a range, but you know that they have range masters, and they get really, you know, they get really persnickety about who's on their line and if you know what the hell you're doing. And I don't even pretend to be a range master. I'm not. You know, I just happen to, you know, have been trained in how to use one. I'm not a gun, you know, enthusiast. I do have one or two, but you do need to know what you're doing. If you're going to have one, you need to know how to work it, and you need to know how to maintain it, because, you know, like you understand, you know, semi-automatics need to be oiled.
I'm about to say
they don't get, so that they don't get dry and seize up on you and not work when you need it to work. And so there's stuff that, you know, you need to know. This is easy stuff. This is not, ain't nobody asking you to put on a vest. This is easy stuff, and we won't even do that.
Facts.
Maybe.
Facts. I'm just encouraging y'all, protect your family. Bullet prices are sky high. Bullet prices high, but they're essential now, Freddie. They are. But it's hard to sit. And I mean, I got some, but you know, it's just, you know.
Well, I think it's priorities, right? It's
yeah,
priorities.
yeah.
So I mean, everything is high. Shit, meat's high, but I still like a good ribeye. Shit, it's priorities.
Yeah.
So this week we go do vegetables, and I'm gonna get
Yep.
me a damn box of bullets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you need to. He was teaching me like I'll have him come on because I'm not gonna speak for him because I'm gonna speak out of turn, but just like how to defend yourself in your home. You understand like angles and like if the motherfucker's coming this way, you know what I mean, how to do all that shit. So like
and then if you have family, if you don't live alone and you have family, then you need to have a code word so everybody know, you know, if I say this, drop because I'm shooting high, drop.
Yeah, fact.
So what's the code word? You know, your family needs to know.
Yeah, we should do that one Wednesday, maybe down the line. You know what I mean? I would lean on you as the expert, and I can just follow.
Well, we can certainly just talk about what it is to be safe in your home, what that looks like, you know, how to be safe in your home, and just and not only safe in your home, but just how to be safe when you're out. Because you know, you got wackadoodles out there who are hurting people, you know, when you go to the store. You know, be cognizant. It's the time that we live in when you go to the grocery store, when you go to we don't go to movies anymore because they're closed, but you know where the exits are. It's a shame that you have to know, but you need to know.
Facts.
You need to have a plan with everything that you do in your life. You need to have a plan.
Yep.
And it just needs to be second nature. So when you got to do it, you don't even think about it. My kids get on me all the time because, you know, I might walk in a room and turn on a light or turn off a light. It just depends, right? And I didn't even realize I did it. It's second nature.
Yeah. Facts.
And that's how we need to be because that's how they are.
Yeah. Facts.
And that's easy. That's easy, but we're lazy. We're lazy.
No, it is. And if you and you got to be an expert on your home, like you know what I mean, like it's anyway. I need to have you and him come on because that'll be cool. But I'm just saying, I'm just encouraging all y'all motherfuckers, get your shit. You know what I mean? Go get your pencils. You know what I mean? Go get your erasers and your pencils and your paper. It's very important because I'm not letting no one in this house. If that alarm goes off in a half a second, I'm ready to go. It won't even take that long. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just encouraging everybody, man. You can be the squarest of the guys because the myth is guns kill people. People kill people. You understand? Guns don't walk down the street by themselves and say, hey, I'm gonna kill me a black guy today. You know, I mean, knives hurt more people in your home than guns, y'all. All right. So if you're living with a woman and she's a motherfucking hardcore Christian and you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, just keep it in a safe place, keep the lock on it if you have to. You know what I mean? If you got kids,
be responsible.
Be responsible.
Yeah,
you know
be responsible.
Yeah. So anyways, you got a special guest in here, man. You got a special guest.
Hey, you.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, they caught the Compton shooter. They caught him.
Did they?
Well, we about to look that up, right? Go ahead, Sarge. That's your story.
Yeah, no, I'm about to Google it real quick and say I had heard from someone earlier that they knew who it was, and you know, it was just a matter of time. So I'm surprised that they took him alive, him or her. I want to see, is it a guy or a girl? Well, I don't see anything on Google.
Well, Asia Math just said something, so. Oh, he's like psych. Oh, why you do that, Asia?
Oh, ain't nobody got time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just.
Yeah.
Anyway. Nah, they ain't found him yet.
Because that would have populated first, and yeah, that's not there.
You got it.
Anyway, what's up, Champion Heart? What's up with you?
What's going on? You doing okay?
Doing well. A little hungry, you know, a little hungry. Somebody was supposed to feed me today. You and DB. Y'all ain't right.
No,
right.
No. DB got tied up. And I was waiting on him and didn't realize at the last minute that he wasn't gonna make it on time. So it kind of threw everything off. But we talked about trying to make it work for for tomorrow. So I think that's the plan that we're gonna go with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Sounds good.
yeah.
How's the place you at? How's the place you in?
It's all good.
Oh man, barbershop is really a family, dog. We're really a family.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I got a chance to hang out with Patty Dean the other night.
That's
and
beautiful.
She dropped some gems on my daughter because she's making that move to New York.
Sure.
So I really appreciated her doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. And then I got a chance to train with DB today. So
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so it's all good.
What gym were y'all at? Because he got a couple, right? What gym were y'all at?
There's a couple other people with us. We were over at I think at what park was that?
Y'all trained at a park. Y'all trained at a park.
Yeah. We trained outside.
Gyms are closed out here. You can't find no gym open.
But his family owns them. So.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And his family owns them. Excuse me.
Yeah, so we got a chance to do that. That was good. I definitely needed that. Definitely needed that. But I wanted to speak on. There was a caller that called. I think he was talking about the sovereign citizen stuff. Corinne Gaines. She was on that sovereign citizen stuff, and a lot of what he was saying is right, but it works in some cases. I've seen it work in some cases, and I've seen it not work in some cases. In her case, it didn't work.
I mean, it's good to know. It's good to know the law, but you cannot impose your will on a police officer.
Right.
And think it's going to end well.
Right. I mean, he was saying something about registering. You didn't have to register your car. I mean, that's considered a privilege. That's not really something that of course, that you don't have to do. But, according to law, you got to have it done because they consider it a privilege. So
to drive.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's getting away with not doing that, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do that. But, it's not that, I get what he's saying, educate yourself and don't be afraid. And, it's not a fact of being afraid. It's just sometimes if you can avoid the drama, then that's what you want to do. There's no point in having unnecessary drama, if you can avoid that, just like you were saying with Sandra Bland, once he was done with her, and when she said what she said, that changed the whole dynamics.
Changed everything.
Yeah,
changed everything in a nanosecond.
And I think it's just sometimes you're dealing with, you don't, like you said, you don't know, who you're going to encounter. You don't know who you're going to deal with. It's funny how, they know how to deal with their own, where they're given all kind of chances, but we don't have that privilege, and that's why I say we have to recognize the climate, that we're in. Like the other caller said, there's no way that if I had a son, I would give him that advice. My advice to my son is, do what he can to survive that encounter. And I mean, you as, you having sons yourself, I'm sure you've had that conversation with him as well.
I want him to come home.
Right.
I want him to live. I don't want to hit no lottery.
Right. Exactly. And that kind of, speaking of that, that kind of pissed me off with, Breonna Taylor, that settlement. I mean, let's arrest the cops and murder her. Don't why, throw money at the family. Now, they're gonna start tap dancing,
Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
great plug. Segue 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I can't wait to hear
let,
you
let me
motherfucking
say,
go.
let me say this about that. Just this one little thing, because know this.
Yes.
And Crump admitted it when he was asked. And this is what happens when you have civil suits. Generally, you have to stipulate, which is a legal term for agree to. You got to stipulate to something. In other words, you got to give something to get something, right? And so for them to get $12 million lickety split, in my mind, they gave up a lot. And the thing that they gave up that is most telling is that the police department did not admit wrongdoing. Think about that.
Man.
I'm going to give you $12 million, but I am going to say that we did nothing wrong.
Wow.
What happens in a civil, what happens in a criminal trial? Because if I'm a defense attorney, and I'm not one, but I'm just saying, if I were an attorney, I would think that would be perfect to say to a jury, why are we even here? Why is my client even charged? The police department admitted that they didn't do anything wrong, and the family said, you're right. Give me $12 million. You did nothing wrong. That's a problem for me.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. You know,
where can we get that? Is there a link that you have or paperwork that you have? I want to read the whole thing. Or
What's that?
Is there a full article you can read?
Well, I can send to you. I have Benjamin Crump saying that on MSNBC yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And see, damn it, you started. The other thing that he said, because Joy Reid asked him was, is this something that the city council has to agree to? Because he said, these are sweeping reforms. This is going to change the way shit's done all over the world. And it's not.
No.
This was a promise. These are things that they promised, air quote, promised to do. And there's about 7 or 8 things that they promised they would do. Now, we're not expecting they're going to keep their word, are we?
Right.
And they promised to do it, but even though they promised to do it, the city council still has to vote to say, do it. So the city council could say, yeah, we're not going to, I know we said we might, after we gave you that $12 million, I know we said we'd do this, but we changed our mind. You got your 12 million, be on your way.
Go away. Wow.
That's what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And that $12 million that the family got, and I think they deserve that and more. I don't have a dollar amount I could put on one of my children, and I'm sure they can't either. But the point is that those 8 or 9 things that they promised to do, when I come to work and I get in my police car, all of those things that they promised to do is not going to stop me from firing bullets when I go serve another search warrant. None of that is going to stop me. So what did they accomplish?
Right.
Besides just throwing money at the family and saying, be gone, be on your way. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's what frustrates me with civil settlements, is that the attorneys don't get what I think they could get. If you wanted to play hardball, $12 million is a lot of money, and it's hard for most people to say, nah, I don't want that. But if it were my child, there's not enough that you could give me, first of all, and so I'm gonna play hardball with you. I'm gonna demand those things that I think really will prevent you from doing this to somebody else's child, because none of the things that they promised to do would stop me, if I'm in uniform, from doing that again.
Yeah, it's funny how Benjamin Crump and Lee Merritt always pop up on these kind of cases. You know, that's
is it funny, haha, or is it,
right. Right.
There's a term that that we used on LAPD for certain situations. we called certain attorneys ambulance chasers. Right? Every time there was a traffic accident, Jacoby and Myers or some of these others who you used to see on TV all the time pop up. Jacoby and Myers was a law firm that got some black guy. They never showed anything other than from here up. I don't even know if the nigga had legs. But I think they said he got like $10 million. I don't know what happened to him.
That other one, Larry Parker too.
Yeah, and so they follow the ambulance, and when there's an accident, they represent you and they get you money.
And they get you.
They don't change anything.
Right. And that's,
I'm not saying that Crump is the ambulance chaser. I'm just saying.
Right. And that's, speaking on what Real Rap was saying about, changing things. One of the problems that, we just vote in these presidential elections, and then we sit on our hands and think everything's going to change, when the fact is that the local elections is what affects our livelihoods. And notice how they don't put emphasis on voting on these local elections, because these people who are in these positions, can be they're there for years, with these jacked up policies, and nothing's happening. Nothing's changing. This comes to, where, we, in order to address that, not only do we need to vote in these local elections, but, again, like I was saying, we need to put our money in these PACs, to start addressing some of our issues, just like Asians do. You notice how low their voting numbers are, but yet they get issues met, because they know how to control, the powers that be with finance.
Yeah. Fred, do you see that super chat? Because
yeah, I see it. It says Ben Crump job depends on black people getting killed, and someone just texted me about you, Sergeant Dalton. Oh gosh.
What they say about me?
No, someone just texted me, said, "Speak on it all, Miss Dorsey." One of my great friends, Michelle, said, "Speak on it all." She said she loved the comment about your hair.
It's interesting that Mike would say that, because I sometimes wonder, and full disclosure, Ben Crump did a review on the back of my book. I appreciate, him giving me a sentence, but I just have angst. And I feel like, does he not know? Because I've reached out to him and I've said, hey, I would love to work with you on this case. I don't want your money. I just want to tell you what to ask for. And I could not get a response back from him. And so I feel like if black people aren't getting killed,
you about to be
there for him to do.
This time next year, you're gonna be the shit. Even before, trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, they
well,
see.
Sure. What's happening, and I spoke about this last time. The young man was shot in the back 7 times. I was saying that there was going to be a reply that that was that was something like like what we got back when Kennedy was assassinated. Malcolm X said it best, that chickens come home to roost.
Say it again.
And they took what he said out of context and was saying like he was glad that the president got shot, and that's not what he was saying. What he was saying is the evil that you do will come back on your doorstep.
And you know who's representing Jacob Blake, right?
Ben Crump.
You know who's representing him, right?
Lee Merritt or Crump, one of them.
And Daniel Prude.
Wow. Wow.
So he's been representing folks for a long, long time. Go back to Trayvon Martin. And what's changed? What's changed?
Right.
We don't see officers even being a little bit bothered by what's going on, because if they were a little bit bothered, we wouldn't have saw officers handing Roderick Walker his ass.
Right.
If they were a little bit bothered.
Right.
And so they don't care. They like, all right, what my 12 million, 20 million, whatever it is you're going to give is not mine. So I don't care what you do.
Right. Yeah, I look at that as, you know, them basically, you know, just telling them to, keep killing niggas with impunity. You know, I look at that payout as saying that to, as a kind of a low key, letting these race soldiers know to just continue, to keep killing niggas at will, and it's crazy,
I still. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I think I saw you with some magazines. About protecting family. I definitely agree with that. I got my CHL.
Man, I can be anywhere in my house in 0.3 seconds.
Right. I got my CHL, and I definitely have my weapons. Anybody in Los Angeles, look up Redstone Firearm. It's black owned. It's black owned, and they have guns and they have ammunition also.
Yeah.
They're actually selling a 1911 standard 9mm right now for like $650. Which is not a bad price.
Yeah, that's good.
But I definitely agree with you on that. But I'm gonna go ahead, man. Let somebody else jump in. And
lunch tomorrow, what we doing? I got an
yeah. Well, DB, I guess DB is gonna come in, so he'll let you know what's.
I'm going to meet me. I got an inspection on Florence. So
okay. All right, so my queen, so we'll
so you
work something out.
You can't come, Fred? Is that what you're saying? You can't come?
Well, I have an inspection from 9 to 11. I don't know what time he's going to get there. It's a city.
Okay.
Tomorrow's the 17th. Yeah.
What's that?
Tomorrow's the 17th, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's the 17th.
Okay. Yeah. I have inspection from 9 to 11.
Okay.
All right, then. Well, I'll see if you two can figure it out tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be in touch. I'll let you know what's happening. All right.
Yeah, we can do something. I'll pay for lunch. Mike Weary the Great says they pay. Right, damn, man, these last two super chats been lethal. They pay us our tax money to kill us. Damn.
And that's why nothing changes.
And Benjamin Crump only makes money when black men get murdered. Damn.
Just imagine if he really solved the problem. Imagine if he stopped it. Imagine if he got the justice that he says he wants. What would that look like?
Yeah. We got Pastor Paul's coming back in. I know he want to talk. He will talk protecting yourself. He got excited when he saw these mags. Beautiful, beautiful Sergeant Dorsey. Slow down, Fred. God damn. Beautiful Sergeant Dorsey. They were scared of you on CNN. They were scared. Well, I got so excited. I felt like my favorite basketball player. You know what I mean? Like, hey, hey, what's up, man? Hey, when a nigga is sitting in his car this late, that nigga either half drunk or half crazy. So that makes him.
He looked tired.
Tired.
Hey, Sergeant Dorsey. I'm tired. I just came off of a security detail. I still got my vest in the truck. I haven't taken my in the house yet. I just want to, and I had to drive an hour home. I just see y'all all the way home.
Oh wow.
We appreciate it because I know you in the car. Fuck me, we appreciate you, big homie.
It's a truck, Dodge Ram. Let's get it right. Anyway, okay. I just want to say this. I've been telling as many black folk as would listen that you have to stop being afraid of having a weapon in the house. Stop listening. Okay, like tonight during my detail, I had a white woman. I was talking to a white woman, and she didn't know anything about the executioners out of LA. She goes, "Is that a real thing?" I said, "Yeah, it's a real thing." I said, "What news outlets you watch?" She said, "Fox." I was like, "Okay, well, then obviously you don't know." Yes, it's a real thing. And matter of fact, I was watching. The show had just started, and I was watching the show. You know, while I was, well, I'm the supervisor. I tell them what to do. I'm pretty much chilling in the back, and I turned my phone so she could see it, and it was Fred and you, Sergeant Dorsey, and she was like, "She looks familiar. Who is she?" I said, "You probably seen her on. You probably seen her on CNN. Law enforcement professional, retired out of California." She was like, "Okay, so what y'all talking about?" I said, police on minority violence. And her whole face changed. Her face like dropped. She goes, "So y'all actually sit around and talk about that?" I said, "Yeah." But what I want to tell my people is that, you know, you can't be looking at these, you know, looking at the protecting yourself in a political manner, because if you look at that in a political manner, then if they have their way, we won't have nothing to protect ourselves. We'll just be, you know, sitting ducks like we always are. And I heard Chaplain Hart talking about a source to be able to buy weapons and stuff like that. And I like to add on to that. You should also know a good armorer. An armorer who is, you know what I'm saying, who works independently with their own shop. Because a lot of times, instead of running and go buying these weapons, if you know a good armorer, he can build you a nice weapon for less price that is legal. If he has a FFL and all that stuff, you go to a legal guy, because I deal with a legal guy. And to be truthful, I'm trying to get my hands on any and everything before this election. You know what I'm saying? I got this vest. I got 3 of these. I have, you know, a selection of rifles, but there's a couple more rifles that I want to get before. Or Joe Biden said when officers got killed out in Compton, he said we have to ban assault rifles, this and other. That was his response. Now, when I looking at the video, that was a handgun. Every thing, you know, for every crime every crime is, oh, we got to ban assault rifles. Just like real rap. I'm also a military trained individual. Fought in Kandahar. Was in a military police unit. If you what they call assault rifles, if you had gave me that while I was in Afghanistan, I would have went AWOL, because you're obviously trying to kill me anyway. An AR-15 is not an assault rifle. It fires the same round as a lot of hunting rifles. So that's a lie to keep being told, and black folks are eating it up. Stop listening to that stuff. Go get stuff ready for your, you know what I'm saying, to protect your family and your house. And I'm gonna tell you something personal. Even though we're on this platform, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't care if it gets repeated. Well, it's gonna get repeated, but I don't care who hears it. Since I've been home from Afghanistan, I haven't even slept in my own bed. I sleep on the couch because I can see the front door and I can see the back door. And I sleep with a rifle and a 40 caliber Glock within hand's reach. Been that way since I got home. And I don't see any point to stop doing it after seeing what I see on the news. It just reinforced the fact that I should be doing it. When I go to my security detail, I take my rifle, I disassemble it while I'm traveling. Once I get there, I reassemble it, load the magazines, what have you. Then I disassemble it to come home. I come home, I get back home, I reassemble it, reload the magazines, and lay it in this designated spot where I can grab it as soon as I hear something, along with a handgun. I sleep on a couch fully clothed, take a shower, put on another pair of clothes, and sleep on the couch fully clothed. If I have to, I have my wife come on the show. She can tell you. This stuff is going out here ain't no joke. It's real. And when they come up with that red flag stuff, which is failure, does not give due process, the doggone stuff where they're kicking in your door without telling you without telling, yeah, no, not warrants or what. Yeah, I wish a nigga would.
Nah, you ain't going.
And the rest of my family does. Well, the family that was raised here, on Eastern Shore, Maryland, are all have the same mind frame. Other sides of the family, that are more with the, with the, the Nancy Pelosi and stuff like that, they don't necessarily agree. But I can tell you this: there are people that live on my block that said if stuff ever got crazy, they come into my house. And I just said it. I just let it just stand it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, or they're gonna have a GoFundMe for you. So, peace, Fred. Peace, Art.
Take good care.
Everybody.
Go get some sleep.
Go get some sleep.
I need it.
Parade rest, nigga. Go parade rest, nigga.
I ain't parading nothing. I'm just resting.
DB, call me now. DB, call me now. This nigga been calling all night. He about to come back with some more facts. This nigga, you got 3 minutes. What's up? Hurry up.
Hey, what's up, Fred?
What's up?
Hey, man, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
It's, now, if you have a gun, do you license your gun?
Everybody. And Lincoln's going to know how to use a gun in about.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, if you, by your constitutional right, whether it's federal or state, you already have a right that's protected.
In 37 states, though, not in California, in 37 other states. Okay. So I think it is, yeah.
But if you already have the right to have it, then why would you go get permission to get something that you already have a right to have? Because remember, a license only gives you permission to do something that you otherwise would not have permission to do, but you already have the right. So now, when you go get the license, you have a privilege that's regulated. And now you have all these laws.
Yeah.
Even though you have it, guess what happens? Your ass is going to jail. Think about that. That's what I'm saying. I'm the same guy that called earlier, and my thing is, okay, you had the truck driver, because I'm a truck driver. Listen to their voices, man. People are tired, man. You have the scared and you have the people who are tired. You see what I'm saying? The young man that just left, who said he sleep on his couch. Man, people are tired, man.
Yeah, people are tired.
You can only kick a dog for so long.
Yeah.
And to the sergeant, I'm sorry that I came across that way. There's nothing intended against you, sister. So please don't.
No, we're good. We're good.
I apologize.
No, we're good. I'm not thin-skinned, and I'm in agreement with know your rights. But at the end of the day, my only point was recognize the red flags when you're dealing with a fool, because I want you to live. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I want you to live.
And like I say, I have nothing but love for you, Fred.
Easy.
And I just want us to learn, man. I just want us to learn. That's it. That's how we fight our battles, by learning.
Appreciate you.
So with that, peace, brother. Love
all
y'all.
The time. All the time. Appreciate you. Ice season is Corey Lee boxing. Hey, Markel, George, we appreciate the super chat. Thank you. It didn't have nothing in it, but truly appreciate it, dog. For real. DB, call me now, man. Sergeant Dorsey. It's about to be midnight. You know what I mean? She been quick on the heels the past 42 minutes.
Well, Champion Heart came on with, his sad song.
Oh my God. Damn, man. Oh, you got all these fucking crushes, Sergeant.
Another one?
You got all these. Oh, he hung up. Damn. Yeah, he been wanting to talk. God damn, man. This nigga begging me to talk to you.
Somebody said, Ice Cube said it's better to be charged by 12 than carried by 6. Okay.
Yeah. Charged by 12.
Yeah. Okay. But when we get charged by 12, it look a little different.
It did. It's like triple the time. It's like triple the time.
Yeah, it look different.
Yeah, protect your house. You ain't got to be no superhero. I'm not claiming to be no motherfucking Superman. I throw up my bat signal and I become Batman at 11:40 at night. protect your house and know how to motherfucking load and unload your motherfucking gun in less than a minute. You know what I mean? So you can protect your family. What's popping? I mean, a minute's too long, but anyways, what's up, man?
What's up, Fredro?
What's popping? How you feel?
Dorsey.
What's up? What's up? You did me wrong, dude. You did me wrong.
Oh, they did you dirty.
I wouldn't do that to you. I just had some loose ends I had to tie up. But in the evening, I didn't see when Champion Heart, when he hit me up in the morning time, he didn't give me school. He was basically like, "You ready?" So he didn't say, "Hey, your future wife is asking if you're available." And
oh God.
But
I don't like to wait. Y'all gonna find out. It's just one or two things that really will get you on my bad side.
Mm-hmm.
Making me wait is one of them.
Yeah, and you got to leave early because they were gonna go to Riverside, right?
They were coming east. We were gonna meet up somewhere in the middle. I was suggesting, somewhere in the middle.
Oh, that's great. That's
yeah.
A deal. That's a deal.
Yeah.
It actually worked out though. Since Fred is paying tomorrow, I'm even more excited to go now.
Yeah, I just gotta be back by 4:30. So whatever we do, I got the kids at 4:30. So
I want to go. I'm gonna hit up the John Sally spot.
Yeah, that may not work tomorrow because of the time distance. I got inspection from 9 to 11, and that's just on paper. Glad y'all just listening to us have like a.
Yeah, are they even here? We just doing our own thing, right?
Listen, they can listen to us talk about setting something up for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
but we gotta listen to everybody else talk for 29 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that nigga real rap. That nigga real nigga, man. It's Tuesday afternoon, nigga. We was 7 days in, Shit, Charlo's won. Who else won? Lubin won. Don't forget, Erickson Lubin fights this Saturday, man. He came in and did an interview, and so did his trainer, Kevin Cunningham. So we got to support them. Showtime, September 19th, man. Check it out.
Yeah, my one of my cousins drives.
Triple OG is dying to call in. Dying to call. He done called 10 times. No, you stay on and talk. Go ahead.
And I was just saying, sometimes I think I'm not 100%. I think sometimes real rap drives with his pops, but even so though, you know what I mean? Like that's the only person that you really know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're getting out and you pumping, you fueling up,
mm-hmm.
and then you making drops and picking up. So you really don't have any good connections. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin is the same way. So he'd be all over the place, and then finally, when he'd come to visit me, shit, he'd stay over here for like a week. You know what I mean? And he'd be talking for a whole week.
Wow. Yeah, the lifestyle, right?
Yeah, there's nobody that he was able to talk to. I'm sure real rap, you could talk to your pops only so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even if it's your girl or one of your boys in the truck with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to a time where you like, fuck, I can't wait to talk to my people.
I get that. I get that human interaction.
Yeah.
Like how many of us are right now,
Yeah. Yeah, especially in these times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Earlier when I seen Terrence H Money gonna go off of Fred. He said he got a chance to flash his heat and I didn't. Like I'm on Fred's head. I saw Sergeant Dorsey, man, when I watched that video.
Man, she was on fire, dog. I was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I know she about to say, well, I don't really condone any motherfucker, but I'm black, motherfucker.
I couldn't do that because I want him to call me back, right?
Yeah,
I don't want him to be one time.
Sure.
I need to be able to come back.
Oh man.
I knew it was coming, and I just didn't know how it was gonna, transpire. But as I was watching it and listening, making something to eat, I was looking at the phone, and I realized that I looked at myself, like I could see myself smiling.
Yeah,
because I just knew it was coming. I knew they weren't expecting it.
Yeah, you got
they
a
were
real
expecting something because they knew who they had on the show.
Oh yeah, for
they
sure.
didn't know exactly how it was coming. and the way she articulated herself and expressed it, yeah, it fucked him up.
Yeah.
And you see how the girl was trying to set her up.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, we got a guest real quick, man. Let's get this motherfucker out the way. He been calling you all night, Sarge.
Oh, okay.
Night. What's up, homie?
What's up, King Fred?
How you up?
I have words.
Yes.
Got guns. Hey, boo.
Hey, what's up, Triple OG?
You baby.
You good?
Name, baby.
It's real easy to be like that when you're over the internet, because we got keyboards and monitors between us. He can say all kind of stuff, right?
Well, usually I don't. I was waiting for that plane ticket. What time you want to get here?
Look, don't ask me nothing. Just get it. Tell me when to come. I take orders real well.
Ooh, tell you when to come. Okay. All right. That'll work. I'll leave the message on your, is it Wednesday show or Thursday?
You leave it anytime you want.
Okay.
Hey, niggas don't know how to respond when a woman be like, take control, nigga. Take control, nigga.
Right. I mean, what the hell?
She already knows.
Look, pull my hair, right, Fred?
I'm put the information in your. I think your show is Thursday or Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday.
It's Thursday, 5 p.m. We know what time it is in the
Right.
barbershop.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that information. I'll slide you on down here.
Okay.
And with that ring size, I know it's gonna be one way. You ain't gonna want to go back.
You know how I travel, right? Because I don't put me on Spirit. I don't do Southwest.
She needs a seat number.
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline.
You want to get on? I'm gonna put you on.
Okay.
I ain't going cheap with you.
Okay.
Going all the way live with
and Virginia is open carry, so y'all can do what y'all want. It's the first state.
You ain't got damn license.
You ain't got no license. No license.
If you want them to know you got one.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Well, if you want to use it, nigga, that's you kill a nigga, you gonna do time too, nigga.
Well, we generally get the ones that ain't registered, and we can, go out in the middle of the ocean and throw them in the water.
Yeah.
Are you good? Yeah. Are you good, Triple OG? You good?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you since last
week.
I'm
good. When my baby gets better, I get better.
Okay.
Your daughter's
okay. And my older daughter that moved home because she wants to be close to us. So I got my 3 grandkids and both of my daughters here. So the house is filled up again.
Sergeant Jordan exciting crowd like a motherfucker, man. Put your hands in there and wave them like you just don't care. Niggas really getting in line. Hey, niggas, your ass, nigga. You moving way too slow, Triple OG, nigga.
Oh, that's funny.
She can handcuff me and she won't get no resistance.
Shit. No, she just told you she want to be dominated, nigga. Stop it, nigga.
I can dominate her when she handcuffed me.
Oh, man.
She know what I'm talking about. She know what to do them handcuffs.
Oh,
look, cuff both our legs together, and that way we intertwine for a while.
Oh, Jesus.
And if I swallow the key, I know she's gonna have a fit, or she gonna beat the shit out of me and try to get that key back.
Oh, you want to be mutilated. You like one of them white doctors, huh? That go home 10 o'clock every night, huh?
No, I'm just a good student. The women taught me well. I'm an old freak now.
This nigga still
and everything working.
What is this? What the hell is this? Arsenio Hall After Dark? Nigga, what the hell is it turned into?
No, they got a pandemic going on, so this is porn-demic. right, I'm going back in the chat. Take over DB. Take over DB. What's up, DB?
My nigga, man. My nigga. My nigga.
All right, I catch y'all in the next one.
All right, peace, man. Peace.
All right,
I love y'all.
All right, well.
Bye.
Somebody said blue pills on deck. That's funny.
Oh man, nah, that nigga took a red one. That shit made his brain hard. You know what I mean? Oh god, oh god, this is funny as fuck. Oh man.
So, Sergeant Dorsey, when you got on the show tomorrow, please?
No, she going off tomorrow.
No, it's just me. It's just me.
Hey, I can't fucking wait. She go look at her. She about to go off tomorrow, dog. She going off tomorrow. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, y'all. Oh man, I'm gonna put it in my motherfucking community page tomorrow at 4:00, so niggas don't forget. Yeah, we going off. She going off tomorrow. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait. 5:00. She about to snap. She about to snap, nigga. She about to snap. I can't wait. You saw that. Look, whenever a woman adjusts her seat, you either have food or get out the way. You know what I mean? Those are the only 2 options. So, you know what I mean? So, she going 4:59. I'm locked in for sure. Guaranteed. Waiting. How can I super chat? You got it fixed yet?
No, I'm waiting on them to mail me the damn pin.
Yeah.
So they said that could take 4 to 6 weeks. So
yeah, that's
it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. But I guess if anybody wanted to, do their version of a super chat, they could just hit me up on Cash App or
yeah. You got to put it in the comment section. That's what you got to do. Have a copy and paste thing already.
I'll post it when we're talking.
What'd you just do? We just lost you.
Yeah, I don't know. My camera.
Oh, now, yeah.
Yeah, let me. It's on the wrong camera. Let me fix that. Ugh, that's ugly.
That looks.
That's the wrong camera right there.
Yeah, there you go. There's the HD. Hey, see, there's HD, baby. HD.
Yeah. What happened? Why did it change? Okay, we're all good. Okay.
She going off tomorrow. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make some enemies or something, but I just gotta call a thing a thing. You know what I mean? Shit, if we're not honest, how do we fix it?
Yeah, we got a lawyer in the chat. He said, I take orders.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, how tall are you? Man, I told you it's turning into Arsenio Hall after dark.
Y'all want to know how tall I am? Go to my IG and look at. I got full body pictures for anybody who want to know. I actually have legs and everything. I know y'all think I'm just a torso sitting up here.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
Always in 4-inch heels.
Oh, she's 6'1".
If that helps you, whoever's asking.
He ain't ready. He gonna go put on them Adrian Broner shoes. You still there, DB?
Yeah, I mean, you talking.
Okay, I'm like, where this nigga go?
No, I asked Sergeant Dorsey a question and you went off.
Oh, yeah, and go subscribe to Terrence Bailey. Go subscribe to Terrence. Man, you gotta start putting in the chat sooner, man, so we can promote it the whole show. You know what I mean? We're trying to get the Frederick Douglass YouTube page to 1,000 subs. That's what we're gonna do. We'll get it done by the end of this month. Just post it at 9 o'clock so we can at midnight your time. Yeah. And if you guys come to LA, you gotta let us know. Like, I don't know about this, but I'm just if y'all come to LA, hit me up, man. I'll be great to meet y'all and see y'all and all that good stuff. What's up, DB?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever y'all come to LA, this is my city. So when y'all come to LA, man, don't even think you could touch down without. I'm already knowing when you're getting off the plane. So
TMZ, nigga. DBZ. DBZ. Oh, anyways, Bass.
The clouds be having my initials in them and all type of shit.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, Sergeant Dorsey, who you having on tomorrow?
Just me. It's just gonna be me talking mess tomorrow. Just me. Did we lose him?
Oh, that no back. What's your topic tomorrow?
I'm going to be talking about the Breonna Taylor settlement and the sweeping reform that is supposed to happen as a result of it. The things that were promised, and why I think it's disingenuous, disingenuous at best. Why I think it's not going to change anything. Not only there in Louisville, but certainly it's not the sweeping reform that Crump said it is. It's not the blueprint that is going to be used by all police departments going forward. Is not. And I'm going to tell you why.
Can't wait tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'm going to go through each of the 8 or 9 different things that they claim that they promised to do, because it's not anything binding. It's just, what they said in the moment to get them the hell out of here. Take this check and go. And, I suggest to people who, watch and listen to really watch and listen, because I heard things being said yesterday by the mother. And this woman lost her child, so I'm certainly sympathetic to that. But I think she kind of understands that this money is kind of, while they're not saying it's the end of the road, she said, well, now we can, move on. And I'm thinking, move on? Sounds like you're settling. Sounds like it's over. Sounds like you made a deal with the devil. To me. So.
All right. Well, we will be tuned in. You always bring the heat and the fare, so I'm always there. And, hopefully we get some more family and friends. So hopefully I'll be seeing you for a meal. Adult beverage, and then hearing you go live right after your adult beverage. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's already after midnight, so I'm looking forward to today, later on today. So I appreciate that. And Fred, who we got tomorrow?
Us. We rocking out tomorrow. We're going to respond to Sergeant Dorsey's show tomorrow. That's what we're going to do.
Okay. I love it. And Sergeant Dorsey might even come back to the barbershop again. Hello.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be different.
Yeah, you done stimulated us. Shit.
Yeah.
See how intelligent I am.
Yeah. Using 3-syllable words and stuff.
Yeah.
But be careful how you use stimulate, though. Be careful.
Stimulate. How about the stimulus package?
Wow.
Stimulus check. How about a stimulus check? How about that, Trump? Hook us up. You need some votes. Hook us up.
Isn't it one coming? Aren't they talking about something?
Yeah, they're going to have to. They have
and
to.
He got that vaccine coming for you in October, too.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
We don't need anything from Donald Trump. He don't need to do us no favors. No, thank you.
That check is coming October 15th, 20th, somewhere in there, right before the election.
Too, Donald Trump.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Trumps. We don't need it.
Somebody need to make that shirt ASAP.
Yeah, immediately. Damn. Anyhow, man, get some love to the family, man, before we get the hell out of here. Yeah, Jason G, fuck that vaccine for damn sure. My brother Jason G in here. H Money came through late. Eli Zachary, Champion Heart, man. Hey, he got some skills, man. He know how to throw punches, kicks. He a beast out there, man. The brother can fight.
That's what's up. He's been doing it for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I need to learn how to use my legs better. I can't really use my legs that well.
Yeah, we just kick them from under you. You ain't got to worry about using them.
That's where I'm weak at, my legs and shit. I need to.
Yeah. Mr. Porter, you hear that? Shout out to Jay Cooley.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
As long as I ain't around. Shit,
oh man, it ain't
going. Conversations with Reggie Owens. I think Reggie O is going on next. Reggie gonna have a show. Reggie did a marathon again, man. I think the show finished when the sun was coming up. Literally, the sun was coming up. I fell asleep for 45 minutes and woke up, and then it was like the chat was just ending when I woke up. I'm like, damn. So remember they had this thing called Movies Till Dawn? Never mind. Not Israel in here. Let's see who else you got in the building.
Reggie
the
Owens,
215. Patricia, the Queen Shelton. We see you down here in about a week and a half. Oh yes.
Yes, 9 days she'll be here, and she's gonna be up by you, Sarge. She's gonna be.
Cool.
Yeah,
we'll have to touch base.
Yeah, she's gonna be.
Bring your shirt.
Yeah, I'm glad. Hey, do you have that in the hoodie? I was gonna ask you that. I'm glad you did. Do you have your shirt in the hoodie?
I can do that if you like. Are you a hoodie guy?
Yeah, I'm definitely a hoodie guy. Definitely.
Oh, okay. All right.
I always wear hoodies on my shit, like statement pieces. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I always do that shit.
Well, you just text me your size and
a large.
We'll work it out. Large.
Yes, please.
Oh, you like it tight?
My name ain't Champion Heart, nigga. That nigga is the king. He's the only nigga in America that's the king of angles and shit. You know? That nigga Drake was talking about him and every other woman in America in the world and shit, right?
Yeah, stars don't play those games with DB. Who was you knocking at my damn door? Donald, now the 65-year-old G Grant. Thanks for the love, the call, and spreading some of your good energy, man. Let's see, who else we got now? Hustler Slam still in here. Double R, Real Rap still in here on the road. Eli Zachary.
Extra media, Sarge.
That's also known as a smedium.
I told you the joke would be on me one day. Man, I'm just getting tapped off. It's okay. Okay. I deserve it. I'll have the mic tomorrow. I'll be back.
Yeah. Rob D filming here. This is my personal statement. Aunt Fresh came back in the building late. Terrence Bailey Sr., he's on the sofa, but he's still listening in. Asia Math, Broderick Hunter.
So where does she? So Terrence Bailey. So where do you go when she's mad at you? You go to the barn? Where do you go?
Mm-hmm. He just roll over.
He get on the floor.
He get on the floor. That thing go sleep in the cat house and shit. You know, I don't know where that nigga go.
Call the game. Sweet Science Examiner. What up, Tank? Asia Mav still in here. He'll call in a second. DOG 215. Dave Jack. And I'm pretty sure we got Jarvis listening in. And Big Lloyd. Shout out to y'all brothers too, man. And shout out to the Bevel family as well. Anyhow, man, play the song, Fred.
I just had to remix that intro. Hey, he said he just wanted to see Sarge bop her head. Well, here you go, big homie. Here you go. Because she don't know the word because I ain't sent it to her yet. Matter of fact, hey, how about we do that shit right now? This way before, travel through that open door.
Circumstances navigate the path, and life happened all so fast. No, we got no way. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me.
Wednesdays has become my favorite days, man.
Aww, that's
I was
sweet.
so looking forward. It has, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I just sent it to you, Sarge. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want to hear you sing this song.
Oh shit! Turn it down so she can miss two notes.
Hear who sing?
Hey, tell troops, SS season 1 and 2, big homie. Hey, some nigga named Caesar told me to do the Millie Wop, the Molly Wop. Nigga, I'm not dancing for a nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Shit. They can tell me how to dance. Yeah, man. Sorry to. This was a fun show, man. This was a fun show. It was intense in the first half, but yeah, it always does that.
Vigorous debate is good.
Yeah. Right. Terrence Bailey wants y'all to go to the website. Frederick Douglass Foundation Institution? No, not campus. FDFI.org. Support. We will. We're gonna get you to 1,000. You do videos, you gotta get 4,000 hours of watch time, right, Sarge? That 4 hours of watch time?
Yeah.
4,000?
4,000.
So make sure you got 4,000. So you got to put some videos up now and have people watch it. You know, all you got to do is just keep watching it every night. You make a playlist. Make a playlist at night and just keep running that playlist. You know what I mean? When you get 10 to 15 videos. That's a little YouTube cheat code. Last time, and we out of here. DB, where you at? He's always off beat. Let's watch this. Close. Hey, things you gotta do. So hit me anytime. And you and E got my number, so hit me anytime.
All right.
All right.
Come on, man. I'll see y'all over at Reggie Owens, everybody else.
Yeah, we going to Reg right now. I'm about to go run and listen to Reg. What this nigga talking about? This nigga gonna have 3 niggas with no shirts on. Now they're not gonna be wearing socks and shit. Them niggas getting real comfortable over there and shit. niggas talk about they ain't wearing socks. Get the fuck out of here. I know Real Rap watching because he in the truck. Appreciate y'all. All right, love you. See you tomorrow, man. All right, peace. Oh.